Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are having a great Saturday tonight, or I guess this afternoon. But anyhow, we are here for the Alpha X Contenders Cup. We are here for Group B in the round of 16. I am a caster Snoopy, and of course, I am joined by my co-caster Salavanth.
How are you guys going? We've got a pretty good set of players today. We have Eruption, the Terran, Swaghar, the Protoss, recently turned GM, Lingboy, the Zerg, and Jeterix, the Protoss. So we got a pretty good set of relatively close matches, despite the large disparity in seeds between Eruption and Swaghar. They are actually both pretty close in MMR together. So I'm expecting to see some interesting games.
Yep.
And we will be using a PVT to start things off.
Nice. Alright, do we have the lobby set up yet? Alright, there we go.
Yep, and we should put Eruption in there. So, as we start our first game, actually, you know what, we'll get into predictions as we... Or I should have asked for the players already.
Carowin in the chat asks for the bracket. If you type the iBracket, it will bring up the bracket link, which should lead you to the Liquipedia page. Alright, looks like we're about to start here.
And it looks like both players are ready because Eruption has already begun making an SCV, which is good. Yeah, that was my fault.
It's alright.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it actually altered anything. Alright, in the bottom left, spawning as the yellow Protoss. Representing the new team Alpha X, it is Swaghar.
And spawning at the top right, we have our red Terran player. He is Eruption.
So, what are your predictions for this group?
You know what? I'm gonna say, just because I've seen a lot of, I guess, team leagues and clan wars plays from Swaghar, I'm gonna predict that Swaghar is gonna be one of the people coming out of this group here.
Intriguing. So he does very well in these team leagues, does he?
Yeah, he's been playing for us for over 2 years, so that's a lot of experience to gather up, I would assume.
It is a lot of experience. That is very, very true.
Who do you got?
I'm thinking, well, Eruption's sort of the fourth seed by my own setup, so I kind of gotta say that he's going out of this group. As for Lingboy and Jeterix, it's really close. I can't really tell who it would be, so I'm just going to call Jeterix just because we have a lot of Zergs in this tournament, and I would like to see more Terrans and Protoss advance to the round of 8 to mix out, to keep bringing in the numbers, because we're going to get plenty of Zergs in Group C and D.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We are going to see, I believe, a proxy Stargate coming out of Swaghar. Could it actually... I think it's double rover.
It could, well, possibly.
This is one of my favorite builds.
Oh,
and we're gonna see it. There we go.
And
it's in a pretty good position too.
Yeah, I remember you did this in a few, I guess, clan wars in the past and team leagues.
I've done this lots of times.
Yeah, it's always a favorite of mine.
Team leagues, Master Swan Opens. It usually works too. It's great.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for the follow, whoever that was. Oh, yeah.
Swaghar knows exactly where to place this because it's not easy to see. But it's pretty close by air and it's pretty close by ground. So you can attack both angles, whether you want to go for Immortals first or an early Warp Prism. I really like this placement because you really want to be able to attack both the ramp and just use the Warp Prism to bypass the ramp, so you can attack wherever the Terran is weakest. And this definitely allows you to do that. And he's going for the 2 Immortals. He's chrono boosting them both out, which indicates that he wants to go for heavy Immortals early on and only get the Warp Prism later on when the ramp is safe. As opposed to just chrono boosting 1 Immortal, where then you want to make a Warp Prism as soon as possible after that. But no, it appears he does actually want to make a Warp Prism after those first 2 Immortals, just doing the build a little differently to the way I would do it. Probably better, considering he's a better player.
Just not looking too good for Eruption though. He doesn't have any bunkers or even
No,
factories.
he's
or
got no idea, and he's making Immortals, Marauders, which are just not good against the Immortals, which will just like 3-shot them.
Exactly.
And here they come, and he's actually got the supply depots down. He's forced to pull SCVs immediately, but he's already going to lose a few of them piecemeal as they are isolated from the rest of the group. And Swagger's just going to back up, get a few shots. Oh no, that's not good. I think he might have overextended a bit there. He's got some good micro though, but that Prism is taking a lot of hits. That is a lot more hits than you really want to take this early on. And he could... Ooh, he doesn't lose the Warp Prism. So I guess this actually turns out pretty good for him because of all the mining time he denied. I was really worried for him for a second there. He's still taking a lot of damage on that Prism and on one of those Immortals, though. But he's kept them alive, and that's the important part. And at the same time, it's nothing but bio from Eruption. No bunkers. Factory only just now on the way. I think this is going to just straight up win the game for Swagger. You need tech units to deal with this, and he has none. Though he will have +1 in Stim, so those will help him out.
It's going to be close, but again, the Immortal count is kind of rising, and once it gets to that point where there's a bunch of Immortals, it's going to be tough.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
fails to lift one up. He's lifting a couple of the Immortals.
Oh.
Oh, the Warp Prism goes down, and one of the Immortals gets trapped. Oh my goodness, that is not the control that you want. And I think that Eruption... the thing is, Eruption's on 16 workers, right? So, 15 workers now. So that means that Swagger can actually continue this attack.
I mean, keep in mind, the Terran does have 2 CCs, so he can replenish those SCVs quickly.
Yeah, that's true, but it's not about how quickly you can replenish them when there are going to be Immortals at your front door. But it looks like Swagger, Eruption, just wants to go for a counter-attack.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he's feeling
and there's not going to be anything here to defend. It's impossible for there to be anything there to defend. That is an insane move. I've never seen this before. A counter-attack against this Immortal-based play, and it's going to work too, I think.
There's no recall energy here too, so Swagger...
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, he's going to be in trouble.
If Eruption controls this army, if he can find the space to attack with that army, everything in the main is going to die. But in the meantime, attacking the natural is a couple of Immortals. Widow Mines are burrowing, and all of these probes are going to go down, and this is the last money Swagger is ever going to have.
Oh man, he's got to evacuate the probes.
I don't think he can. There's no way he can bust through that. There's no health on those Immortals. Eruption has done it. He's held. GG. And Eruption poised under fire.
That is a tough build to hold as a Terran. So that was some impressive defense by Eruption, considering he didn't even have a bunker to start with.
Yeah, I did not think you could hold that with just Marines and Marauders. Admittedly, Swagger did make a couple of control mistakes, but Eruption took advantage of them mercilessly, which is what you got to do.
Yeah.
If Brent makes a mistake, you take advantage of it straight away.
Looks like Sentinel says he loves your accent. That Australian accent.
People tend to.
I believe the person that followed was PTYNet1. Hopefully that was you. But anyhow, thank you for following us. We pretty much started this new channel because we are rebranding ourselves to Alpha X, so we can definitely use as much followers as possible. And here we go, about to go into game number 2. It's going to be on Kairos Junction LE, one of the newer maps this season.
I was about to say Sentinel surely would have seen me cast before, but then again, this is one of the most EU-friendly events we've actually run. Well, I've actually cast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that might be why.
So there would be some European players who are tuning in who haven't actually heard me cast before. Glad to bring you the Alpha X Contenders series. Again, open to players under 56 MMR, 100 MMR or below from Alpha X Esports. And I have been in talks with Sushi about potentially a Champions version of this afterwards.
Ooh.
Once this is all said and done.
That might be
Which
really
would be
nice.
the same format, of course, but open to everyone on Alpha Esports, including our heavy hitters like Estrella and Starkiller and Light.
Oh, that would be sick.
It would be sick. Okay, both players are ready, so we are going to get into game number 2. Eruption already flexing his might. Game number 1, and I'm a bit worried for Swagger after that first game. That was kind of the dream, right?
Yeah.
You see that your opponent's got no factory at all. With you playing those double immortals, you're like, oh great, this is it. This is exactly what I was hoping for. You can't get any better than this. And Eruption still held and still won. So I'm worried what Swagger's going to do if it's in a more even game if he lost this one, but let's find out. In the upper left, representing that handsome devil that is his icon. 1 game down. Looking to avoid going down to the losers match. It is the Protoss. It is Swagger.
Alright, and spawning at the bottom right. Oh, actually, 1 second. Oh, Zarek with the follow, thank you. Anyhow, at the bottom right, we have the blue Protoss. He's up 1-0. Let me go ahead and actually update the score. 1-0. It is Eruption.
So, if you're Swagger, what do you do here?
Sorry. Let's see. Swagger. I mean, he did try to pull off a cheese at the first game, so I think. Oh, actually. Oh, as I say that,
He's doing another one.
Yeah. I mean.
Could he be doing the same thing?
Yeah, I was about to say the exact same thing. Maybe.
You know, it's an interesting idea because the way Eruption responded was not good. With the Marines and the Marauders, Swagger actually had the build order advantage. So maybe he's thinking, I just had some lack of control. If I fix that, and Eruption responds the same way as he did last time, I'm going to win this game.
There we go.
I think that's actually a very smart way of approaching it. Swagger knows he lost this game due to his own error, and he thinks he can fix it. But the question is Eruption going to go for the same build, or is he going to go for a faster factory? I think based on the way the game is looking so far, I think he is going to go for that faster factory. Though he's not taking a second gas just yet, actually, so maybe he's going for that fast... Oh, he's going for the fast second gas again.
Yes, pretty much
So this could actually be very strong for Swagger if he can fix the problems that plagued him game number 1.
Oh, wow, he's going for it. That double robo.
It seems like a very dumb idea at first, but the more I think about it, the better it sounds. I really like this.
Yeah, I mean, when you win against a build order that, you know, is tough to hold, you expect that person to not go for that same build because just the previous game you just lost against it. I mean,
yeah,
using it. So that is some ballsy, I guess, metagame from Swagger to go for that same build once again. Gonna go ahead and try to rely on better micro to hopefully pull out the win this time around.
I'm wondering also if Swagger might have scouted his opponent and seen that Eruption likes to go for this play because this build is very good against that early barracks play.
Add-on complete.
Generally the faster you get the tech, the better against this build. So then you can get like the Liberators and the Banshees and the tanks and all that good stuff. But Swagger's gone for this build twice. Eruption's gone for essentially the anti-build twice. Either Swagger is a very lucky guy, or this was a very deliberate choice tactically.
Or maybe Scatter Eruption knows that he doesn't go open up Reaper, so he can pull off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like either he scouted that he didn't open Reaper, or scouted that he went for the fast 2 racks. One of those two. Either way, makes it a very good decision. I would like to see him take out that reactor actually, but I guess supply blocking him is just as good. And he will take out a couple of these SCVs as they try and stop the retreat. He's already going to take out a bunch of SCVs. With that extra adept, he's actually one-shotting these SCVs, so 4 of them go down immediately. But now he needs to make sure that he's careful with this prism. He needs to be a bit more conservative with it this time around, and he is. I would like to see him just not bother with this fancy warp prism micro. It takes some very, very high levels of skill to do it. And he's already gotten pretty low on his immortals, but he hasn't lost any, and that is the key. But you do want to keep as much of that immortal health as you can as well. Because those shields regenerate quickly, the barrier will regenerate fast as well, but the shields don't. The shields are one and done.
Alright, here's attack number 2.
Yep, here we go. Bunker is not going to go down in time. As he does need to lift off that immortal, and he does. Thing is, with no tech on the way, he can just keep making more and more immortals. Although the stim is effective, but even small amounts of stimmed Marine Marauder are going to have trouble against this many immortals.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we are going to see what happens. Stim is about to be done, and I think once Stim's done, he's going to just probably stim in and try and defend this natural. So let's see what happens. He goes for it. The Warp Prism Micro needs to be on point, and so far it is. Oh, but there's just so many Marines here. I don't know who's winning and who's not, but Swagheart does have a very high army supply. Yeah, look at that. So many of these Marines and such are so low. I think Swagheart is actually winning through right now. He has 6 immortals and he's making more and more.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. That's that many immortals.
That bunker is never gonna finish. And those immortals just look at the marauders and they all die. Command center forced to lift, and the units are trapped. Units are trapped on the low ground, unable to get to the high ground.
Oh, the minerals blocking them too. Oh no.
This could actually be huge for Swagheart. Yeah, I think he's got it. It's all over. Swagheart takes game number 2.
Now the bigger question is, he's gonna pull out the same build in game number 3. That would be pretty crazy.
I think if he does, that would be a bad idea.
You know, I once saw... Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, once you've died to it once, you're like, alright, I need to change up my build. I need to get that factory out faster. I need to be prepared. Like, the difference between game 1 against this build and game 2 against this build, I've found, by experience, is massive. Even players who react totally the wrong way in game number 1 are going to react much better in game number 2. And that's players of my caliber. Imagine a player of Eruption's caliber.
Man, I remember once, I think Nation Wars, Innovation like pulled the same proxy build over and over, like multiple games in a row, and he was like, he didn't like, I guess he didn't care or something. He just wanted to get it over with, but he was actually winning with them. So it's like, it reminds me of that, how Swagger is like going for the same build whether he wins or loses.
Sure, but against like 2X, you kind of change it into a bit of a micro contest. Whereas with this build, a lot of it does come down to the way you choose to defend, which makes it worse in subsequent iterations. It worked out well. It worked out well in game 2 because having beaten it in game 1 with the wrong move, there was no reason for Eruption to change it up because he didn't think Swagger would do the same thing game 2. But now he's definitely going to have to change up his build in case Swagger does it a 3rd time. Because it might also be that Swagger just does not feel comfortable playing against Eruption in a long game, and he thinks this is his best chance. We just don't know.
Yeah, that's possibly the case.
Swagger might just go for the same thing over and over again. I don't think he will. I think he's a better player than that, but Eruption must consider that as a possibility.
Oh, looks like a bathroom break from Swagger.
So it is 1-1. The question is, what do you think Eruption is going to do as a result of this?
Well, it seems like maybe he will go for the same opening, because I feel like I mean he's been going, you know, Marine openings over and over, getting that +1 as well, the really quick +1. So maybe, you know, he's going to go for that timing, the bio timing push once stim is done, as well as combat shield. and then go for, I guess, like a kind of a early to mid game timing push or attack rather, and seeing hopefully it'll work in his favor. But we'll see, I guess.
He could, but I don't think he should. I'll go into a bit more details after the introductions. By the way, Swagger says, I'm going to do it again in chat. I'm not sure if he's playing mind games. Oh, he's definitely playing mind games. Of course, is he playing mind games by lying or playing mind games by telling the truth? In the upper left, the Master of Immortals, looking to finish things off. It is Swagger.
Alright, and in the bottom right, the red Terran player looking to defend against the swag. It is Eruption.
Can you imagine how annoyed you'd be by losing the same cheese build 3 games in a row?
Yeah,
Losing a series to someone just doing the same cheese build over and over again.
you know, I figured this is the same feeling that Xeno's opponent got.
One of my worst series ever was when I lost 3-2 to a guy who went for 3 Ling Floods. I won both standard games and lost all 3 Ling Floods, and it was in the finals, and I was so sad.
Yeah, but I think after that you practiced really hard against, you know, early game.
I did.
Yeah, and you got better at it. So
I did. I got a lot better. So yeah, that's what it comes down to. Do you know? He's gonna do the same thing again.
Wow.
So what I would like to see Eruption do now is just a 1-1-1 build. You can take an expansion, but you go for your factory.
Yeah.
You go for your fast second gas. You get those tech units out. Because I don't think Eruption should do the same build 3 times in a row.
But you know
and
what?
Eruption is SCV scouting this time.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say that's the difference this time, because the previous 2 games he didn't scout at all, but this time around he's gonna scout it just to make sure.
And a Reaper too. Remember, Swagger's been bringing his Adept with him the last 2 games with his first 2 Immortals, which meant that he would have had nothing to defend against a later Reaper. But at the very least, the Reaper, if it goes across early on, it would be able to keep that Adept at home.
Oh man, Swagger always entertaining us.
Well, that is his name, Swagger. Definitely has swag. And yeah, he's just going to do the same thing 3 times in a row. But this time... Okay, so CC is going up on the low ground. Bunker is going down on the high ground immediately. I would expect to see a factory pretty much straight away. But no, he's going for the barracks again.
Yeah.
Eruption, what are you doing?
Maybe
Is he that confident in this build?
Possibly. I mean, maybe he knows something we don't know, but
He must, surely. Or this is just the only build he knows in TVP.
Yep.
Because I don't think this is the best way to counteract this build. I mean, it could definitely work. He's a very good player, is Eruption. But I don't think it's the ideal pick. I don't think it's what you'd pick I don't think it's what I'd pick if I knew my opponent was going for this build in advance. Which he does. So we'll just have to see how this goes, but he's in a much better position than he would have been before. He's not... Remember, he was trying to hold on to his natural in game number 2.
Yeah, but this time he got early bunker as well. So that should help.
Exactly. This time he's only trying to hold on to his main. He's got an early bunker, though I'd like to see another 1 or 2 bunkers go up there, actually, on like the high ground, sort of overlooking the cliffs. I don't think 1 bunker is going to be enough when those Immortals show up. We do have a Warp Prism on the way as well, so we're going to see that those first 2 Immortals, see what they can get done. 4 Marines in a bunker already ready. Stim on the way. +1 going to start as soon as he has the gas for it. Combat shields, actually. Yeah, he's making Stim and combat shields. So he's going to rely on Marines to defend, which makes a lot of sense because, you know, Immortals, right? Although I don't know, I think Immortals 3-shot Marines whether they have combat shields or not, so I don't... but what? They 2-shot stimmed Marines without combat shields, but they 3-shot stimmed Marines with combat shields. Advanced mathematics for you. So with stim and combat shields, these Marines can just overrun the Immortals and potentially even catch out the Warp Prism. So this is actually really good. Look at all those Marines he already has. Now he just needs to be prepared for that Warp Prism and fend it off. He's already got Marines scouting around to see where the Warp Prism lands, and he sees it. He's going to want to go after that Prism, or at least get one of the Immortals. Force as much damage as he can. which is exactly what he's going to do.
Oh, nice. Nice micro so
All
far.
3 Immortals are very low, but they will all survive. As Eruption continues to build up his Marine count, he's not bothering with any Marauders, because he knows they're just going to die. And he's now throwing down a factory. He is preparing to transition if necessary. There's so many Marines. Oh my god, the Warp Prism!
Oh, that's so
that
close.
was so close! But now it's going to be so difficult to save those Immortals. Oh, and he does! Oh my goodness, Swagger!
Oh my
And
god.
this is why you don't try and rely on just Marines to defend this. A Viking would be amazing. A tank would be amazing. So many tech units would be good here, but I think that Eruption might have relied a little too heavily on his just raw skill level and has picked a build that is just not good against what Swaggar's throwing at him. The Zealot soaks up some health as the bunker goes down immediately. The Immortals are standing strong and they are pushing through. It's 5 Immortals. Stim is done now, though.
Yep, and he's
Stim
pulling
forward.
boys.
He is. He's pulling everything he can. Immortals are going down one by one, but most of them do stay alive. And the Stim is about to run out. But can he do it? Does he have enough? He's gonna. He's not gonna take it to the War Prism. All of the Immortals the Marines are going to die, and Swagger takes the series.
Oh my
That's
god.
It is all over. Eruption making the choice to try and defend with just bio. This is a bit of an old build. Maybe he hasn't faced it recently. But this is just not how you defend this. I was saying maybe Eruption knows something we don't, but I guess that's just not true. Even players of Eruption's caliber can make mistakes. Oh, but the War Prism goes down, actually. And there's a... What am I now? That might just be the one thing that Swagger could have done, losing that War Prism to bring Eruption back into the game.
Yeah, and there was there was 2 Immortals in that War Prism while it went down, so this actually changes the game. This might be his opening to defend against this.
Yeah, and he's now building a starboard. Weir Mine, bang! He'll want to bring that Weir Mine back, and he does. And there's no War Prism anymore, so that first Immortal goes down straight away. Yeah, I don't think Swaggar's going to do this now.
Yeah, because Eruption, he has a second CC as well.
Yeah, he's trying to expand. But I think a stimmed 1-1 attack will just kill this, because there's just not going to be enough units.
Yeah, and there's a medevac on the way as well, so these Marines are going to heal up.
Yeah. Yeah, Swagger had that game in the bag.
Just one really, really unfortunate move with that War Prism, and the whole game switches in just that instance.
Yeah, and now he's making more and more medivacs. So I think he's just going to try and hit a 1-1 timing. And in the meantime, Swaggar's gateway units are going to be basically non-existent. He's only just now getting his Twilight Council. He's building a Dark Shrine. Swagger. You are just determined not to play a standard game, aren't you? Meantime, doing some harass with these Immortals in the War Prism, that's a smart move.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's trying to go after it.
I think he's going to get it, yep.
But Swagger knows. He drops the Immortals out of the War Prism, and the War Prism will actually get away and even snipe a Marine. But the drop will continue across to the enemy base. Meanwhile, we got some more gates on the way. The Dark Shrine is about halfway done. We have our scans up, and we do have an engineering bay, so we could get turrets if he scouts us out. But I think Eruption is just going to go for an attack very shortly, with +1/+1 finishing up. Worker count is pretty much dead even, which is good for the Terran. And Terran has triple the army supply of his opponent.
Yeah, and with that
like
drop...
4 Immortals and an Observer. That's it. His whole army. And he cancels the Dark Shrine even, and goes for Templar Archives instead, but that's not going to be done in time. Drop coming to the main. A drop will destroy these robos, prevent any more Immortals from being made, further hurt the tech of Swagger, and Eruption is just going to be... He's just a killer, man. He's just going to finish this all off. These drops, just on their own, are going to be devastating.
Yeah, for sure. And this is another 2 medevac drop coming on the south side into the natural.
That's right. and he's got even more units loaded up into medivacs heading in there. He's just loading his entire army up into medivacs and dropping it places. And I don't know if that's gonna. I don't know if Swagger can stop this. There's gonna be essentially double drops on both sides of the map. There's just not enough units to stop them all.
Yeah, and these Marines and Marauders got +1/1 against 0/0 upgrades of Swagger.
Yeah, Charge is on the way, but there are no Zealots. High Templar is on the way. He's getting an Archon. He's got no Storm. This drop is going to drop on top of these Stalkers. 3 Stalkers cannot stop it. And these Immortals are actually trapped out, caught out of position as well. So he's going to lose out on both fronts here. He's going to lose at the main, he's going to lose at the natural. And all of a sudden, Eruption has this game, and that is going to be it. GG, Eruption takes the game and moves on to the winner's bracket of Group B.
Yeah, well done.
Interesting choices from Swagger, and it almost worked because of Eruption's own choices. Really, just a pretty baffling series all around. I wish I could have gotten. Wish we were doing interviews. Would have liked to see what these players were thinking.
Yeah, for sure.
What was going through their heads?
He's like,
maybe they just haven't played much over the Christmas period.
I guess Swagger was just really determined to make double robo work.
Yeah, and Eruption was very determined to defend it with pure bio units.
I mean, he seems to have the answer. I guess seemingly have the answer with the double racks opening. Because usually you see Tyrant go for, I guess, the 1-1-1 build. You know, get the Viking to deny the War Prism. Maybe get some Cyclones out. But no, he's going to go ahead and rely on just mainly Marines. And it, you know, in the end of the day, it worked out. So Eruption will go to the winner's match. The winner versus winner match. And Swagger is still not out of it. He's still in it. Just will go ahead and go through the losers versus losers match. Hopefully he can win out and then win another series to, I guess, 2 more series to win.
Yeah, and now it will be Lingboy versus Jeterix to determine who meets Eruption and who meets Swagger in the next set of matches.
Yep. In the meantime, let's go ahead and just turn over to the bracket here. Got the Wikipedia page open here. As you can see, we are here at the Alpha X Contenders Cup. And Group A is done. Hyohu and Kumatada came out that group 1-2. And they will head into the round of 16. We're currently in the Group B here. Eruption versus...
They'll head into the round of 8. This is the round of 16.
Right. Sorry. And Group B here, they're all playing to head into the round of 8. Then of course, Group C has Sun Ifon, Barbarossa, Caspada, and Mandalino, which will take place on January 5th. Same time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Group D is going to be Ravage, Carowin, Seka de Fromage, and Chris, which will be on January 12th.
Yeah, so we should have some interesting matches, especially if you guys are Zerg fans. We're going to have a lot of Zergs in those groups. Both groups are 3 Zergs and 1 Protoss, if I remember correctly. That's just the way it happened. We signed people up by MMR, so nothing to do with balance or anything. We didn't even run any qualifiers. It's just the way that people signed up. Foreign scene always has had a lot of Zergs. Apparently Alpha X is no different.
Yeah, it looks like Swagger in the chat actually says, what I was thinking was, what the hell? Let's give these guys a show. So I guess he achieved that for sure. He did give us a show.
He certainly did. Next match is versus the loser of Jerix and Lingboy. It will be match 4, so it is scheduled for 6:15 EST. Please be available by 6 EST. Eruption.
No, wait, that should be 5:15 then, right? Because it's 4:44 right now, and
that's right. So about 45 minutes for match 2, 45 minutes for the winners match, and then losers match. I'm scheduling 45 minutes for each best of 3 series.
Oh, okay. All right.
Eruption will be playing at 5:30. Will be scheduled at 5:30.
All right.
Match 3, so it is scheduled for 5:30 EST. Please be available by 5:15 EST.
Also, let them know if they could arrive a bit earlier in case the matches ends quickly.
Yeah, that's what I told them. Please be available by 15 minutes before your match is scheduled.
Okay, all right, cool.
Like at the latest.
Nice. Oh, looks like
that's
Sushi...
when.
Oh, go ahead.
That's when penalties start applying. If you're not, for instance, if you're not within 15 minutes of your match starting, you get a walkover given over you, but that doesn't count. Like, okay, so let's say that we want to play match 4 at 5:30. At 6 o'clock, if one of the players isn't here, they start incurring their 15 minutes.
Right.
Or it might even be at 5:45. I'll have to check on that. But the point is that we don't expect them to show up at 5:30. We do expect them to show up before their match, just in case. So yes, I've asked them to make sure that they are ready to go. But I can't expect them to, just stick around for an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And wait and watch.
Oh, Sushi in the chat says there's a Sykes Pro Series premiere. Oh, no, not Sykes. Alpha X. Sorry. Alpha X Pro Series, or I guess we'll call it Alpha Pro Series premiere match that's happening tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That is going to be between Special versus a Laser.
That's right. And actually, I need to tell Sushi I can cast that whole thing. My D&D got cancelled.
Oh, nice. Sweet.
Wait, Sushi, you're watching the chat. Sushi, I can cast that whole thing. That's that message straight to you.
Messaging people through Twitch chat or Twitch stream.
How on earth am I going to tell him? Maybe I can hop on the stream and to tell him in chat.
Yeah.
That would be the best way to do that.
It'll be streamed and co-casted by Ro16 and Salavanth, who are 2 incredible casters, so tune in for that. That is going to be our first ever Alpha Pro Series premiere. Usually we have the Alpha Pro Series, the regular one that is sponsored by Africa TV for $50 plus. $50 plus Matcherino codes, of course. But with the new Alpha X or Alpha Pro Series premiere, Africa TV is going to actually help sponsor $100, and those are for more even higher tier players, such as Special and a Laser. So come tune in for that. The match.
Yeah, basically our regular Alpha X Pro Series is for like semi-pro players. Our Premier players is for like active professional gamers at higher levels of play.
Yeah, and Sushi did post the Matcherino link in the chat, so go ahead. Code is Alpha Pro Series 46. So all the information is right there. That's listed by Sushi. So go ahead and support that. Currently, the prize pool for that is $109.50. So let's go ahead and help support that. We need a good showing for that, since that is our first premier Alpha Pro Series. Oh, okay. Looks like J Skippy message delete. Sushi says thinks the Nightbot is too strict. Oh, I did not know Nightbot.
Probably like sending a link or typing something in all caps or something.
Okay, let me go. I just signed up the Nightbot and then just left it there because I didn't really. I wasn't too familiar with it, so I didn't mess with the settings. Let me go ahead and check that while we get the players ready. All right, spam protection. let's see.
And both sides appear to be in a contest of deciding who can care about the maps the least. I don't understand that. I find the maps very important. Okay, so I have Blue
Alright.
Port and Kairos as our maps. And Port Alexander will be our first map.
Oh, okay. Excessive caps. Okay. Alright, I disabled that, so hopefully that is yeah, hopefully that will help with the Nightbot. Alright guys, we're about to start our second match in Group B, round of 16.
Not just yet. We're not on WCS Game Heart.
Ah, okay. Let's go ahead and exit that out. Remake. Alright, currently looks like we're having 22 viewers on the stream. So thank you all guys for tuning in. If you haven't yet, feel free to follow us on our Twitch. We're currently at looks like 50.
Looks like our rebranding hasn't hurt us.
Yeah. And it takes, I think, 50 followers for at least to one of the requirements for affiliation. So we already reached that, but we definitely want more, of course.
Yeah, fantastic. And, oh, they invited me to a party again.
Oh yeah, also our Twitter and YouTube pages are in the bottom in the info of Twitch. YouTube, we need 100 subscribers to unlock the ability to make custom URL. So once we get 100 subscribers, we will be able to change the URL to youtube.com/alphaxse2. So yeah, definitely that'll definitely help if you just subscribe to YouTube. But anyhow,
Let's hope.
Oh, go ahead.
Let's hope we get the right server.
Yep, hopefully so.
It's the reason I usually make the games is because there's a lot of intricacies dealing with Southeast Asia games with the client, because the client does not really like us very much. Maybe I should just make a new account that was never affiliated with Southeast Asia. That might work. And let's check the
Central United
we're on
States.
Central. So, yeah, that's fine, because they're both American. Alright, in the upper left, sporting that new awesome Tal'Darim building skin, it is Jetorix.
Alright, and in the bottom right, we have the purple Zerg player. He is Lingboy.
I kind of got to cheer for Jetorix in this one. No, I shall try to remain impartial as a caster. Not just because he's a Protoss, but he's also my coach.
Yeah, I noticed I noticed a lot of times you were in the voice chat with him, so I figured he was helping coaching you.
Yeah, definitely. He's given me a great PvP build. For the first time in my life, PvP... Well, actually, for the first time in over a year, PvP is my best matchup again.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Hasn't been that way since I was back in Diamond 2 and won a lot of games with just 4 Stalkers. Because people in Diamond 2 are not that good at dealing with 4 Stalkers, apparently. And I had pretty good micro for that level with Stalkers. It was like the one time my micro ever won me games. It was pretty weird. But now I've actually learned some ways about how to actually play the game. It really held me back for a long time, honestly. Because once I got to opponents who didn't just fold to 4 Stalker pressure, I was like, what do I do? I can't go into an even game in PvP. I don't know how to play it.
Yeah,
but now I have some better ideas.
Yeah, Jedrix is one of those guys that has helped a lot of people in the clan, with coaching. So definitely shout out to him for helping, using, giving his time and his advice.
Absolutely. And he wish I'd been a more dedicated student. Had interviews and such, and studying for those, and haven't been able to play a ton, so haven't really continued the dedicated lesson plan.
Yeah, I mean,
Going.
I wish like when I started off playing StarCraft back in 2010, like I wish I had a coach like that, that would help me, guide me through, because I was, just starting out. We were learning the game as a whole community, so yeah, definitely would have helped.
I started out in bronze, so I was like, people say bronze players are so bad, but I don't feel that bad. Am I that bad? I was that bad. But, I just made progress, even if it was a case of, alright, so last game I made 18 workers that game, and this time I made 19 workers in the game. That's progress. So that's something to keep in mind if you're a low-level player. Focus on some metrics you can improve on, and just focus on improving on them. Don't focus on necessarily getting them perfect just yet, just focus on doing better. Producing more workers, or spending more money, or expanding faster. Whatever you think you can improve on, just focus on improving that slow. Oh, that's a good surround by Ling Boy. We'll lose a drone, but we'll take out. And he's actually pretty low on drones. Is he going for some aggression? No, it just looks like he's had a bit of a hiccup in his build.
I think, because you went for the quicker third base, so less money for drones.
Yeah, but still, I don't recall normally the Protoss being this ahead on workers. Although Jared's just, I think this is the first time with this supply block on 46. I think this is the first hiccup he's had macro-wise all game. He has a big focus on the early game, Jedrix does, and it's really paying off. Look at that, he's up 7 workers already.
Yeah.
I really should have been paying more attention.
Right.
He's going for the 2 gases now, so I'm not sure exactly what build he's going to be going for. Oh, he's going for double Stargate. Very well placed, those Stargates. It's almost impossible to scout them both.
I've seen double Stargate more common these days in PvZ for some reason.
Well, the reason is, Hydras are worse, and double Phoenix almost forces Hydras. You see, you can't go Mutalisks, because obviously you can't go Mutalisks. And Roach Swarm Host is not very good, because they'll just lift up the Swarm Hosts. So no matter what, you've got to have Hydras in your composition or go into Corruptors against this double Phoenix. And Zergs don't really want to be going Hydras a lot these days. Roach Swarm Host is probably one of the most powerful mid-game styles these days. Or fast mutas, and double Phoenix denies both of them. They basically force the Zerg into a place where the Protoss is comfortable.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think that's my theory.
Yeah. And also the Queen nerf as well, I guess, with the transfuse.
Yeah, that does help too, definitely.
Alright, let's see how many drones. 4 drones there. And will he lose the... Oh, he does lose the Oracle.
He does lose the Oracle, unfortunately. So for 4 drones, it would have been a great move if he hadn't lost the Oracle, but as it is, it's kind of just okay. But he's getting those double Phoenixes up as Overlords begin to spread across the map.
Yep, and looking to establish his third base.
Yeah. And not going to be anything to contest that from Lingboy. Lingboy getting his lair, getting 3 more gases. So he's going up to 5 gases, so it looks like he wants to invest into a pretty tech-heavy mid-game. He's getting a very fast 4th base as well, so it looks like he wants to macro up. Meanwhile, we are going to see some light adept pressure, which will help obfuscate what this build actually is.
Yeah, these guys doesn't have glaive upgrades, so it will just be slow attacking, but they can still do some damage if the Zerg player isn't in position here.
Yeah, more importantly, they force roaches, they delay Hydralisks, and they might surprise Lingboy. Because now, all of a sudden, now the Phoenixes are shown up. This is the first indication Lingboy has. He doesn't even have spores at this 3rd base.
Oh, wow.
I would like to see him go after drones instead of queens, but I guess he's just like, alright, if I get all the queens now, I can get as many drones as I want later. Playing the long game. Because the Hydralisk gen has only just now started. Jedrix has taken Lingboy completely by surprise. Oh, he's gonna get so many overlords as well. He's gonna get 3 of these overlords. Maybe even, he's just gonna dive on the spore and get more. He does not even care about the spore crawl. He's just gonna get all of these. He's gonna lose a phoenix. Might even lose a second one. But he gets all of these queens.
Yeah.
But now he needs to back away.
These Phoenix has definitely paid for itself already.
Oh yeah, he's doing amazing. And even that third base, he's just staying there because he knows Lingboy needs to transfer to that third base. And if he tries, he's gonna lose like half the drones that he transfers. Look at that! Look at that patrol. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's definitely nice.
And he's decided, all right, let's try and snipe some hydras as they come out. Jedorix just knows, man. He knows exactly how to play this build out. Making more and more phoenixes too. He's like, if it ain't broke, why don't fix? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. As the Hydralisks do need to come together if they're going to be a threat to these phoenixes, but they're going to have a lot of trouble doing that. I don't know about that. Diving in for a single drone. He's going to dive in on the spores and Hydralisks. Ooh, I think Jet might be getting a little bit cocky here. Lingboy is evening up the score, evening up the supply. But we do have charge finished. Plus one on the way. Up 11 workers is Jedorix, so... And I suppose even supply is not what you want to be as a Zerg in this stage of the game. You definitely want to be ahead. You want to be getting close to maxing out by now. While 6 more gates up on the way for Jedorix. So he's going to transition into... He's actually getting +1 air weapons, so he's going to keep making these Phoenixes. I think he's going to go for like Phoenix Chargelot Archon?
Oh, that might
It's a weird build, but I think it'll work. Well, just about anything would work from this position. Look at how ahead Jedorix is from that early game. Lingboy finally has enough Hydralisks to stop this, but we are going to see a lot of... We're seeing a bit of a mistake by Jedorix getting double Templar archives. Just wants to make sure that he has it. Wants to stop it from getting sniped by the Hydralisks.
Oh yeah, sometimes
Look
that
at
happens.
all those Phoenixes. 15 Phoenixes. And he's still making more. He's just gonna go, yeah, mass Phoenix charge lot and maybe some storms to go with it. It's like I don't even know what this army is.
Well,
but it's certainly interesting.
Yeah, I mean, well, the Chargelot Archon, I guess, does do well against the Hydralis as well as Phoenix, so...
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna work. I do think it is gonna work.
Alright. Looks like the Phoenix gonna go ahead and try to continue the harass at the 4th base. But
Yeah,
there
the
are
Hydralisks are there, and I don't think you can take that on without the charge lots. Infestation pit +2 ranged is on the way. Oh, and he's got to back away now. Doesn't lose any Phoenixes, but a couple of them do get very low. As here come the charge lots and Archons. So yeah, we're going to see Phoenix Archon charge lot as the army of choice. Definitely not a late game focused composition, but it doesn't have to be. Jedorix is looking to end the game right here and now. He very much dislikes Corrupt the Broodlord these days, I believe. Says that they are, with the nerfed carriers, they are far too weak. And that he would like, his best strategy against Zerg is to kill them before they get there. So that is exactly what he's trying to do. He's going to send these Chargelots and Archons forward and then lift up as many Hydralisks as he can. And just try and blitz it all down. Will it work? It looks to be working so far. More and more Chargelots coming on in. There's some good positioning, but all of these Hydras are going down. This is it. Jedorix is looking like he's going to take game number 1 in convincing fashion. GG. Jedorix goes up. Game number 1.
Yep, well done there by Jedorix. Very textbook. Solid macro. It's just solid macro play. I guess complete opposite of what happened during the Swagger series.
I guess so. We're seeing a very wide variety of games so far.
Yeah. Also, thank you, Adrian Muta, for the follow. I appreciate it. We're about to enter our second game. Oh, Kairos. All right, nice. I think, yeah, we played on that in the first series as well.
Shout out to our players. It's glad to see that everybody is here for this Group B.
Yeah, everyone arrived on time as well.
Making it quite smooth, which is always nice. The reason I budget 45 minutes for each series is because we often have some delays with vetoes and people showing up and etc. etc. We haven't really had that today.
Yeah, you know, even I guess last, or I guess 2 weeks ago, Group A, despite the, I guess, with the exception of the small hiccup in the beginning with Jin not, showing up, all in all, I think the Group A day, the cast stream, whatever you want to call it, went really well, like smoothly.
Oh yeah, things went pretty smoothly once we got our Snap XD in. Alright. In the upper left. Down one game to the power of Phoenixes. Looking to bring it back. The Mechazerg. It is Lingboy.
And spawning at the bottom right, we have the red Zerg, or the red Protoss player. It is the guy that's one up on Lingboy, is Jetrix. I really do love that new skin, building skin.
Yeah, for both sides, really.
I should get it. Actually,
I tried getting one once, but I got distracted.
Oh, I think I have a good idea, because we had the prediction submission before. A lot of people voted Jin, so I guess they automatically got lost. But then I didn't actually copy the submission over, so we might actually start a new prediction submission and have the prize pool as the war chest, one of the war chests.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, because it used to be a T-shirt from the merch store, but we don't actually have the merch store anymore.
Yeah, we don't have T-shirts for the new thing. Probably won't for a while. It's not really a high priority.
So we can replace that with the war chest instead, and I think that will suffice.
Man, look at that build. Look at the morphing extractor. Looks like a tumor. So gross. I love it. Like it's supposed to be like this mechanical thing, but it's growing like even more grossly and ill than the regular Zerg buildings are. Like, how does that work?
I like the glowing on the extractor too.
Oh yeah. Spawning pool looks all nice and civilized. Well, I guess it's still got that kind of growth at the bottom of it. With the extractor, it's like, wow.
Alright, as soon as Jetrix finishes his cybernetic core, we should see what he goes for. Might go for the same build. I mean, last game it did work out pretty well for him.
Even the first tech building is no longer a tell most of the time because it's almost always Stargate.
Yeah, that's true.
But after that, we will see the next sort of tech building. And if he doesn't go for Stargate, that indicates something. It's a risk. It's not an auto loss like it was in the drop alert era. Especially because all-ins are a lot less common now in ZVP.
Yeah, I'm
but
so
it's
happy.
Still a bit of a risk.
Yeah, I'm so happy. Like drop lords is not a thing. I mean, as a Protoss player, I could understand Zerg's frustration. They want more early game harassment options, but as a Protoss player, I'm just really glad that drop lords is not like early drop lords isn't a thing anymore.
Yeah. Like, people thought there'd be a build where you did it off the lair, but it never really materialized. So you'd make a very, very fast lair, and you would just do the drop like normal, but I guess it never really happened. This must have been a bit too slow.
Alright, looks like we have about 3 drones going down here so far, so well done. Actually got out alive, so we'll be able to see
wow,
that depth.
3 drones from that adept. That is not something you see very often. Lingboy is getting a bit outclassed right now, I'm afraid. And here comes the fast Oracle. Jetrix actually likes to make that fast Oracle because he says that about 20% of the time you will just completely catch a Zerg with their pants down and they will not have spores in time, and he does not know why. And it looks like this is one of those 20%.
Yeah.
There's no spores for Lingboy. He's just not ready. He's probably so used to the Phoenix first that he's not expecting Oracle to hit him at this point in time. This Oracle's going to get a bunch of kills. Yeah, look at that. It's going to get like 5 or 6 kills. 5 or 6 kills. Oh, it does die, but it does get 6 kills, which is pretty good.
Yeah, the early game working so far so well for Jetrix here. I think this will allow him to get third base pretty easily here. Oh, actually might get...
Already 9 drones killed.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he saves it.
Oh wow.
Why don't my probes do that? I lose that probe every time in that scenario, I promise you.
One of the questions of life.
There's got to be some explanation.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain questions like, why are we here? How are babies made? And then the other one is, why does my probe not survive like that?
Yes. And the answer is, there is no reason. Ask your father. And because Jeterix is way better a player than me, in order. Sal dispensing the wisdom. A bit of a late gases from Jeterix. He normally does take them late with his build, but not this late. Normally he takes him about 4.5 minutes or something. Just after the third base. This is focused on getting these adepts out, but that is a lot of adepts. So let's see. Is Lingboy ready for this? I think he will be. He's getting a lair. He's building roaches. So we'll be prepared for this adept harass. That's gonna be like 12 adepts coming out. Well, I guess 11 because he's not even gonna leave one at the wall. That is ballsy. He's gonna send every single adept out.
Yep, and
Very confident.
Overlord does scouts it. Roaches are on the way, but is it enough though? That's the question here.
Yeah, there's not many roaches, and with glaive adepts, these full adepts can actually take on a few roaches. And they're going to go straight for the third, and they're going to kill so many drones, oh my goodness. 7 drones go down immediately as he moves to the natural base. And that's the thing, he doesn't have to finish that shade, he can just cancel it and stay here at their third base. But he does cancel it actually, he doesn't cancel it actually. And he's going to get a bunch more drones, but the adept will start to go down now, but he's going for the main, which is relatively undefended, but he loses so many adepts doing that. I don't know if that was the right call, but again, he's getting more and more drones now. 14 drones killed, and it's not even going to be the end of this. Oh, man.
Oh,
Lingboy's all in. He has to attack, and he has to kill Jeterix in the next couple of minutes now. He's got 31 workers to 55. He has to go.
Yeah, but it's tough. Because
roach speed might be done.
Jeterix is up to 4 immortals though, so...
Oh my god, that's disgusting. He's even walling himself off at that third base a bit. Oh man. Jeterix is just doing so well.
Yeah, for sure.
His PvZ seems to be very, very strong, which is good in a tournament like this.
Oh yeah.
He's actually in the worst group possible for that because he's only got one other Zerg in this group. But if he goes to the round of 8, I imagine there's a good chance he'll face at least a couple of Zergs there.
Looking very much like
and here comes the attack. Remember, this natural is actually still exposed. There's nothing in there.
Oh.
Nothing in there at all. And he's just going to go straight in there with those lings.
Oh, that Artosis planning too?
Yeah. Here come there's so many immortals here. I'd like to see him Lingboy to split off a few lings. And actually, he's just going to go for the surrounds.
He got the surround. Oh my god.
Immortals are starting to go down, but nope, not fast enough. The Immortals are just going to take out the rest of this force. There aren't enough lings to fend this off. Immortals just so tanky.
Swagger would know.
Too soon.
Sorry, Swagger. I love you.
Too soon. You can tell you guys must be great friends, because otherwise you'd never dare say something like that.
Yeah.
That or you're just a jerk and I never knew.
Oh wow.
But I'm gonna go with the friends thing.
Yeah.
Okay, the Immortals are moving forward. And we're kiting back now, they're moving forward. The charge is done. So, Jeterix is just, I think he's just gonna hold it once again by the skin of his teeth. And every second that goes by is good news for Jeterix. But here comes they're moving forward. They're gonna try and get the surrounds on these Immortals. The Immortals can't move!
The corrosive bomb gets on the Immortals, and all the Immortals are done.
Go down. There's no more there's one Immortal. It's hiding in the natural. But will the charge just finish it off? It's so close, but again, Jeterix has double the workers. If he just barely holds, that's fine for him.
Yeah, but Link was double the army supply, so this is gonna be pretty close.
Even the Phoenix trying to help that Ravager moving around like a spider. The Immortals hiding behind that wall, trying not to get sniped. More and more lings on the way. Immortals, Archon, everything that Jeterix can muster to try and defend is being built right now. This could be the last stand. He has to back off from the corrosive files, but he continues to wall off. He's surrounding the roaches and lings from two sides. I think this is it.
Oh,
Jedrix
beautiful.
is up 40 supply. He has the army supply. GG. And Jedrix takes game number 2 and advances to face off against Eruption.
Yeah, just beautiful play from Jedrix all around. Just
Yeah, showing a wide variety of skills from harassment to defense. And even with that push near the end of game one, he's just outplaying Lingboy right now. But Lingboy will have a second chance up against Swaghar in the losers bracket.
But before that, we of course will be going to our winners match, which will be happening pretty soon.
Yep. Now let me just message the players. Oh, the other player, because Jedrix knows.
All right, looks like we're at 24 viewers so far. Thank you guys for tuning in. Looks like the Twitch chat has been busy during the games, which is nice.
And I'm just going to use the bathroom while we wait for our players.
All right, sure. All right, just a reminder, guys, we have a Psy-X Pro Series. I keep saying Psy-X, sorry. Alpha X Pro Series premiere. Going to be happening tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, which will be happening on our Africa TV channel. It's going to be Africa TV. Let me go actually get the link here. It's going to be play.africatv.com/alphaxsc2. You could catch Rushi and Salavanth casting that, so that should be pretty good. It's going to be a 100+ prize pool tournament, or not tournament, show match. Currently at $110.50 is the prize pool. You can of course use the coupon code that Sushi posted, which is Alpha Pro Series 46. Enter that coupon code into the match arena. That will help donate 50 cents to the prize pool for free. But yeah, go ahead and just make sure to, if you're free that time, just go ahead and, or even if you're free, you could, not free, you could just put it in the background. Just tune in to that. Should be a fun series. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and take another gander at our Psy-X Pros. I'm sorry, I keep mixing up the names. We just recently changed to Alpha X. I've been saying Psy-X for like the past 1-2 years, so I guess that kind of been locked into muscle memory. But anyhow, let's go ahead and take a look at our Alpha X Contenders Cup bracket here. So, of course, Group A, we had Hyohu and Kunamatata coming out first and second of the group. Had a really nice series there. Snap XD actually did pretty well, considering he just came in as a replacement at the last minute. Gave SYS a run for his money, for sure. But here, of course, we have Group B with Eruption, Swaghar, Lingboy, and Jedrix. Gonna have Eruption versus Jedrix in our upcoming match. And then we have Lingboy and Swaghar the following match. And then, of course, Group C, we'll have Sunny Phone, Barbarossa, Caspada, and Mandolino. That will be happening on January 5th. And then we have Group D, which is Ravage, Carowin, Sac de Fromage, and Chris. And then whoever comes out of those groups will go ahead into the round of 8, where we have Group A and Group B, which will be happening on January 19th and February 2nd. And then whoever the top 4 comes out of those groups will go into the playoffs, which will, or I guess automatically into the semifinals, which will be a best of 5. All these will be a group of best of 3 in the stages, the group stages. But once we get to the semifinals, it's going to be a best of 5, and then whoever makes it to the round of, or to the final round, We'll play in the best of 7 to determine who is going to be our Alpha X Contenders Cup champion. And that champion will go home with at least $50, as you can see in the prize pool here. Of course, we'll set up a Matcherino, get the coupon code. Hopefully we'll get some more, donations through coupon and Matcherinos, as well as donations in general. And hopefully we'll get a higher prize pool. But I guess the base prize pool is $100 for tournament, $50 to the first place prize, $25 to the second place prize, and then $12.50 to both the third place and fourth place finisher. Thank you, Zarek, for posting the Matcherino link as well as the code for our Alpha Pro Series premiere.
All right, I'm back.
All right, sweet.
Eruption has let me know that you will just BRB.
All right.
Now let's tell you, you're up against Eruption when he returns. And Alpha X Contenders. Eruption has first veto. Jet has first pick. Yes, hello, buddy. My nephew is with me at the moment. We're not in game at the moment, so that's fine. Say hello. You want to say hello to the nice people? Oh, I need those headphones, buddy. I need to be able to hear what my co-caster is saying. You want to say hello to the group? Say hello, hello, hello. Alright, off you go. Veto's happening. You can cast with me next year, buddy.
And for those who are wondering what is Salvant's nephew's name, it's Alavant Jr.
That's right. Or Alju, for short. Just gonna close my door. That's what Alavant should have called him, but he's actually named Gideon. And it's actually my sister's kid, Sally Vant. Sally Vant. Spelled with S-A-L-L-Y.
I see. Nice. Well, it looks like Sentinel in the chat says, I want team shirt when we can. Yeah, hopefully we'll get the merch store running up soon, but we just moved over to Alpha X, so we're trying to get everything set up before, focusing on that. Got a lot of work ahead of us. Still, we got to come up with the team logo, of course. Our design team is currently working on it. If you got any ideas or suggestions, you can go ahead and message Sentinel or Sunlily.
We have them working around the clock without food, sleep, or bathroom break.
Well, the bathroom break is a bit harsh, but yeah.
Well, if they don't eat and drink, then they don't need bathroom breaks. It's just simple economics.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so I shall make the game in Port Alexander. Wait, and it will need to be US East once again, because we'll be playing EU versus NA. So, it should be interesting to see how Jeterix fares against Eruption. Somehow I don't think that Jeterix is going to use the Swagcast strategy.
Yeah. Wait, actually,
it would be pretty hilarious to see.
Which server again? Sorry.
US East. That's
US
alright, I'm
East.
taking care of it.
Okay, cool. Alright, just want to make sure to have the least amount of ping as possible.
Yep, because Eruption is EU and Jeterix is NA. So
okay.
US East is the fairest way to go. So it'll be a PVT and PVZ once again. for our winners bracket and the losers bracket.
Yep, and we saw Jetrix with an amazing PvZ series just last game or last series. So we'll see how he does against Eruption. Oh wait, not Eruption. Swagger. Wait, okay, never mind. For some reason, I thought it was Swagger. Looks.
Words are hard.
I mean, yeah. All right, so we'll have
Jetrix has an amazing PvZ series, so we shall see if his PvT is up to scratch.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks for the save, Sal.
No problem. Meanwhile, we'll have to see if Swagger wants to pull some pretty crazy cheese in PvZ, just like he did in PvT. Maybe we'll see some cannon rushes, some Print F style stuff.
All right, Port Alexander. No, Alexander LE.
Yep. In the upper left, representing Terran, it is the pink Terran, it is Eruption.
And at the bottom right, we have the red Protoss player. It is Jetrix.
So, the winner of this series will advance first in their group out to the round of 8 of the Alpha X Contenders.
That's correct.
The losers, in the meanwhile, will be playing for elimination. Then, whichever players have not gotten out or eliminated, the last two will go up against each other to determine the final player who advances, just like the GSL. I like to think of this as a mini GSL for Alpha X.
Yep, I like to think so as well.
So we'll have to see what both sides want to go. I think that Eruption's definitely going to do the same build, and I would hope that Jetrix has been paying attention. It would be so funny if Jetrix had been paying attention to the stream and decided, hey, if Eruption's just going to do the same build every game, I'm just going to do the Immortal all into him. Because, honestly, if I was watching that, I think I would. I think I would do the same thing.
That would be smart.
It's very effective.
I mean, Swagger did almost had it too.
I probably wouldn't do it all 3 games. I'd probably do it game 1 when my opponent wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he'd be expecting a game 2 this time. But it would be a way to get a quick win if you had good control.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like Eruption did open up for Reaper this time, so...
Yeah, and Jetrix isn't going for that. He's going for an expansion of his own. Already we see more... Actually, no. Swagger did take a second base in Game 3. We do see a faster base than we saw all series. And we're going to have a factory for Eruption. He's actually going to mix it up. There you go. I'm wondering why he was so insistent on the same build against Swagger. Maybe he was just confident in his ability to defend the build Swagger was doing with the build that he was doing.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
He must have been, because, yeah, he does no other builds, and he's going for the factory.
Yep.
And hey, to the victor go the spoils. The winner's write the history books, right? He's the one who won. So, if you know the old saying, if it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, Jetrix snatches the Reaper, and he's going to send that Adept across the map. Presumably, we'll get some scouting. We'll not maybe get an SCV or two. We'll not get to deny the command center. It will be too slow for that. But he has denied any scouting of his own. Going for a Robo Twilight, so I think we're going to see a Swarm Toss style out of Jetrix, because I know he loves it.
Yep, that looks like pretty much it. He has this Twilight Cancel already up and running, or actually is about to be done. But in the meantime, Depp is going to go ahead and try to scout. Does see the factory.
Did you see Zest versus Time in the Masters Coliseum last night?
Oh, I actually missed it. What happened?
Oh, because basically Zest was doing a very similar build to what Jetrix is going to be doing now.
Ah, I see.
Although it did not work. So, your mileage may vary. Time actually took Zest out 2-0. Which is not something you would normally expect to hear. But yeah, basically, what Jetrix is probably going to want to do is he's going to want to just take 3 gases, maybe a 4th gas, because apparently the Koreans have started doing that with this style, and then just expand like a madman. I'm talking about like expand like a Zerg, while he just makes tons and tons of charge like Blinkstalker and a few sentries.
Hence the
It's
term.
a pretty crazy build.
Yeah.
Hence the term Swarm Toss, exactly. You just play Protoss like you would play Zerg. Lots of expansions, lots of units to try and overrun them, even if you trade efficiently, because you got like 90 probes. I've never really been able to pull it off because I've never really been able to expand fast enough. We'll see if Jet can manage to do it.
Yeah, but before that, he needs to defend against this. Actually, the Observer does scout the medevac, so his Stalker is moving into place.
Yeah, there will be Stalkers in place to completely deflect this, so great move by Jeterix. Good Observer placement. Double Forge on the way. And that means that pretty soon we are likely to see a gateway explosion after the third base finishes. The third base is actually a little late for Jeterix. Focused on getting those units in position. The only reason I'm able to criticize Jet on this build is because I know exactly how it works, because he's taught it to me.
Oh, okay.
That's what you get for teaching me, Jet. Now I get to pick it apart on stream. Like a jerk. But let's take a look at what Eruption is doing. Eruption is getting Banshees. He's going for 3 Raxes, a factory, and a starboard, so pretty standard infrastructure. So he's getting Cloak. He'll probably make a couple of Banshees and then move into a pretty standard Marine Marauder, Widowmine, Medivac type of composition. But this Observer sees all. It knows exactly what's going on, and Jeterix is going to be making more and more Observers with this style. You see the 2 Observers to the bottom of the map, to the left of his main. He likes to essentially have a whole ring of vision. He's got 3 of them now. The reason he does this is because he doesn't really spend much gas, because he makes mainly Zealots and Stalkers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Observers are basically free, in his words. Shield Battery versus Banshee, who will win? The answer is the Shield Battery. 2 probes do go down, though. And there's a couple of probes just hanging out here near the potential 4th base of Jeterix. Just having their secret rendezvous.
Oh, but there's no shield battery in the main base, so this Banshee is actually going to get a couple of probes. Because, oh, Observer does come out in time, so we'll be able to clean that up. Damn, how many Observers? 7 Observer now, man.
Yeah, like I say, he's just going to keep making them. He's going to make like 10 or 15 Observers or something if he... I can't remember if he still does that, but he makes like a lot of Observers. Like I said, he's just making an entire ring of vision around his base. If you see, like, nothing's gonna get through there.
Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and set up his wall of Lego map hacks.
Exactly. And because he doesn't need the gas for anything else, for any tech units, he can.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And that's why he makes so many Observers, because they cost only 25 minerals. And they cost gas that he's otherwise not using for anything.
Yeah, you weren't kidding on the expansion part, because he's getting his 4th base before the Terran can get his 3rd base.
And you can expect him to take a 5th base in another minute or so.
Damn, that's crazy.
It is. Though he's not making as many probes as he normally would. So maybe he might delay this 5th base for a little bit until he has more probes. Tank goes up, which will deny those incidental Blink Stalker harassments. Say Warp Prism goes up to get harass done elsewhere. 2-2 is on the way for Jeterix. +1 armor on the way for Eruption. So according to Jeterix, the best counter to this is not actually Widow Mines, but a ton of Medivacs. It says that you want to snipe the Medivacs at every opportunity with this build, because if the Terran just has like 15 Medivacs or something and gets a good position, the Charge-Lots and Stalkers can basically never kill them. And that's actually the way to beat this build according to Jet.
Oh, I see.
So it'll be interesting to see if Eruption wants to do something like that, or if he wants to go for the more traditional tons of Widow Mines type of approach. Oh, and actually Jeterix is not paying attention. He's going to lose a lot of these Stalkers right now. But here comes all of these charge locks.
Oh, wow, yeah, gotta go back.
And that is where this build starts getting devastating, because you can just make so many units. It just doesn't matter that you don't have the tech going. And he's throwing down auto turrets, but actually this game could be over right here. He's trying to get onto the tanks, but good micro from Eruption, just barely saving those tanks, and he's forcing Jeterix backwards. Oh, but all these SCVs, they're still attacking. Oh no!
There was a Warp Prism drop in the meantime during that attack, and another...
Yeah, and Eruption's not able to pay attention to his SCVs, which were pulled to defend against the attack, because he's focused on this attack in his main.
Oh my god,
so that means Eruption's going to lose a ton of workers.
Yeah, 20
like you
of
said,
them.
20 workers already down. And now this main base is exposed. And what? Jetrix is everywhere! And he's taking a 5th base!
Oh man.
How's he doing it? How is he so fast? 80 workers to 48. And he's making another warp prism as well. And he's got 3 observers
Just chilling.
in the one place. Yeah, he actually says that the observer placement is the least important part of this build because you have so many observers it doesn't even matter. And 3-3 starts for Eruption. I don't know if 2-2 is even started for Eruption. I mean, 3-3 started for Jetrix as +2 weapons begins for Eruption. And I told you he was going to get a lot of probes, didn't I? 88 probes for Jetrix. And he's still making a few more. So I'd expect him to take a 6th base any minute now. Jetrix is just going to play this out like Zerg.
Yeah, playing like the true swarm toss, as the term suggests.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to transition out or not. Eventually, I think you do, but I don't think that Jetrix is going to need to. He's already done enough damage with his first attack that he can just keep swarming. He can just keep attacking with wave after wave. In fact, this might even be the last wave, right there. He's sending more and more units everywhere across the map. He's attacking the main, he's attacking the natural, he's attacking the third, he's attacking every base of Eruptions at once!
Oh my god.
What can you do against this? I just don't know. Jetrix is playing out of his mind. I've never seen him play this well.
I know, macroing like a Zerg, but also playing like a Terran, attacking every direction, every basis.
Exactly, and with units like a Protoss, which is OP as hell. So,
yeah.
What can you do? He's the whole deck of cards. He's the whole shuffle. He's playing like a Zelnaga right now.
And
Zelnaga led by Jim Raynor as tactician. 31 workers for Eruption scans. He's like, how the hell are you still expecting? I don't even know if he knows about these 2 in the upper left. But in the meantime, all of these zealots in the main base as well. 100 probes for Jetrix.
Jesus.
And he's just everywhere.
That's crazy.
And yeah, Eruption this is just a slow death march for Eruption at this point. As there is nothing he can do against this.
Oh my god, and he's mass expanding here as well at the same time. Got half the map and GG, Jetrix takes game 1.
And that is how you play Swarm Toss. It's very difficult to counter if you haven't seen. It's also very difficult to counter if you have seen. And we shall see if Eruption can find a way.
Yeah, I mean, Jetrix looks pretty good in that first game. He won that pretty convincingly, so Eruption needs to probably pull a rabbit out of the hat for this next one.
In fact, I do recall Jetrix telling me once that his PvT was actually way better than his other matchups.
Oh, wow.
Because of this style. Like, he's taking games off players like Future. His PvT is really, really strong. And I think at this point it looks like Jetrix is just going to get out of this group in first place.
It's possible, yeah. He's just one game away from advancing to the round of 8.
And he was just so convincing in that first game.
Yeah.
There was no point that I thought Eruption was going to win it.
Just a really standard macro PvT game.
I wouldn't call that super standard, but macro certainly. Standard perhaps not.
Oh, Swagger says he for some reason can't join the Alpha X Contenders chat channel, so we'll just invite him when the time comes.
That's fine. And Blue Shift will be our next map.
Alrighty.
So, if you're Eruption, what do you do here?
Let's see. I mean, Blue Shift is a pretty small map, so I think he might go back to that the 2 racks opening and go for a stem timing. I think that might work because he could just march his army across the map like rather quickly. Yeah,
that could definitely work out. And since he won't have that plan interrupted by an Immortal all-in, most likely, from Jetorix. And one thing this build is weak to is stim timings. Fast stim timings. Like, they can hold them. They certainly can hold. But it's not easy. And a player with Eruption's caliber could definitely make it difficult.
We shall see, I guess. Alright, looks like I am in. Ready when the players are.
So yeah, I think you're right. I think a stim timing early is probably the best chance for Eruption here, and we'll see if he wants to follow your advice.
Oh, Sentinel in the chat says, yes, that 100 probes. Oh man, this has been a while since I've seen the protest go to 100 probes.
Yeah, you don't see it very often. You don't really see it at all. Even Jetorix doesn't recommend doing it, but I think he was just sort of styling at that point. Alright. In the bottom left, representing Swarm Toss. It is the red Protoss. It is the Tal'Darim. It is Jetorix.
And spawning at the top right, we have our pink Terran player. He's down 1-0-1, but looking to tie up, send it to the ace match. It is Eruption.
So we'll have to see what both sides want to do here. Like you said, Blue Ships is a small map. It's also a map where, until you open up those rocks, once you're committed to an attack path, you're pretty much stuck there. Especially going through the middle. So that ramp is actually very easy to hold. Because, you pretty much can't get around it. And until you've got, like, the mid-game army that can break down these rocks in a considerably speedy fashion.
Yeah.
I think both sides are probably going to play pretty macro-oriented once again.
Yeah, it looks like these
Jetorix
guys.
is setting out a scale.
Yeah, these guys has been playing pretty macro-centric. I would say. I mean, I know
But I
the
think that,
the Eruption games went a little shorter, but that's mainly because the Swaggar is opening.
Yeah, exactly. Eruption didn't force that issue. Swaggar pushed the aggression every time. But I think with how strong that opening was from Jetorix, how strong the build was from Jetorix, I mean, I think Eruption will want to put on some pressure, but I think he'll want to do it off two bases. I definitely agree that the stim timing is probably a good idea. I would like to see that.
Yeah, we shall see if he goes for that reactor opening and place down the second rack. Oh, yeah, there we go. Second racks on the way.
You called it! That's why they pay us the big bucks.
Yeah, now it's up to Jetorix to scout this and prepare for it in time. The last game, Jetorix actually did not place down a shield battery as is natural. Oh, actually, dude, this
Reaper doesn't
Reaper.
get the probe.
Yeah.
Very good. Now that probe can go in, continue to nibble at the SCV, and maybe force the Reaper home. No, deny scouting.
Yeah.
And actually, Jetorix is sending out his first Adept.
Oh.
That's a ballsy move. I guess he's chrono boosting out his second Adept, so I guess he figures he can.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he'll be able to defend against that.
Yeah. And could he actually deny this CC without Adept? It's going to be so close.
Oh, it actually.
He's gonna get
yes,
it. Yes,
wow.
he gets it. Already a great opening for Jetorix.
Yeah, and he pulls the Reaper back home too. Oh, and actually does not even snipe that probe, so that probe will get back home with his live saved.
And we have a Twilight Council before Robo this time, and two very fast gates. We're gonna see a blink opener from Jetorix this time around. It'll probably lead into the same thing, I'd say, with a couple less observers because you'll have a slower Robo. But I think it will open up Blink and then lead into Swarm Toss. So I think this build is fast Blink is slightly better against the stim timing that Eruption is doing. Because remember, you only get that Robo really for observers in the Swarm Toss build. You don't get it for Immortals to help you defend. Jetorix doesn't like Immortals. He's good enough to get away with it, I'm not. If I see 3 racks coming, I always build a couple of Immortals. I know, Jetorix, I know. But, you know, we're not all GM level players.
Well, he's gonna have to definitely have to rely on some shield battery at the very least. If he's not gonna go Immortal, I would Presume so.
Oh yeah, Eruption's planning on a very devastating early attack. It's only off 2 axes, but still it hits with +1 and stim a lot faster than you would expect possible. Even cutting probably a couple of works to get there. Actually, both sides pretty economically even right now. Third base going up for Jet. And I don't think Jet has any idea what's coming for him.
Yes.
Because he's gone for a late observer. He's gone for the late rover, which means late observers. He's preparing for a drop which isn't coming.
Alright, +1 just finished. So
Yeah, I think he's going to move out pretty quickly.
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he moved out now so we could hit as soon as Stim finishes. And there he goes. I don't see how Jet holds this, even with Blink Stalkers. He's gonna spot it with the Reaper. He spots it right now. Cancels, turns around. He's gonna have to send these Stalkers back. He's getting charged, but he's gonna have nothing but Blink Stalkers to defend this. He's gonna have the blinks of a lifetime to hold against this. Here we go. Stims forward. Blinks are good, but the Zealots are going down. The Adepts are going down. The stimmed bio is charging forward. There's only like 3 Stalkers left. 2 Stalkers left. The Pro is beginning to fall. One of the Stalkers is sniped as it warps in. Another Stim going down, and he looks like he's actually going to hold, but he's going to take a lot of economic damage. Actually, one Stalker goes down. The second one manages to dodge a shot in mid-air, and actually, but there's still just very little. There's very few units left. Actually, these Marauders will eventually get cleaned up. Actually, so he will actually hold this.
Oh, actually, one Marauder still attacking away.
Yeah. Like, okay, I'll just take these 3 kills. The Stalker comes in, but we'll win that fight. And 5 gateways up for Jeterix. So Eruption's got some good damage in, but he didn't get the kill he was looking for. Concussive Shell's now on the way. Combat Shield's probably going to start very quickly. There it goes. And Eruption's, with this attack, he's very low on tech. He's going up to 5 racks as a follow-up, but he's only just now getting his factory. He's going to have very late medivacs. And now that charge is done, once those 5 gates are done, I don't see this 5 racks working at all. He's going to have 8 gates worth of charge lots. So I think that's going to put Jeterix in a great position, having defended this.
Yeah, well, Eruption does have a timing window though, because Jeterix actually have not placed down his double forge, and Eruption's about to get his he just got his +1 armor, so he's at 1-1.
Right about that.
Yeah, he's at 1-1 upgrade.
I think charge lots and blink stalkers are just good enough that it won't matter.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I see.
Although I don't think he should be attacking in right now. Maybe he thought, okay, I kind of have to attack because I've got no forges.
Yeah, that's true. I think. All right, let's see how this goes.
He's gonna have a lot of. He's gonna have a lot of charge lots. He's gonna have a few sentries. He's gotten himself into a good position without his opponent knowing. He's gonna really try and force build off some of this army. Here come the charge lots. Is it going to be enough? There are a lot of Marauders here. SCV's being pulled off the line, but all these charge lots begin to go down, and the Stalkers and Sentries are very vulnerable. And they're even going to get surrounded. Well, not quite, but yeah, SCV's going back. More and more charge lots coming on in. I think that Eruption's going to be just fine here. Though he's actually losing quite a lot of workers. He's really reacting quite hard to this. He's going to try and snipe the Warp Prism, and he will. The charge lots warp in, but it's not going to be enough. Eruption's going to hold, but he's going to take a lot of economic damage.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he needed to really put that many SCVs there to defend.
Yeah, I agree. I guess he thought this was a much more committed attack than it was. Double Forge now only just on the way, though, and +2 weapons already starting for Eruption. So as you said, you kind of want to get an upgrade advantage with this build as Jeterix. He's going to be behind in upgrades. The 3-3 timing against like 1-1 or 2-2 of the Terran opponent is actually really devastating, and there's no way Jeterix can hit anything like that. So Eruption does have a bigger advantage than he did last game, but that 4th base already going up for Jeterix. Well, I guess it's not that late, but considering the state of the game, as opposed to the game clock, it's pretty early.
Yeah, and this observer for Jeterix, they'll see the move out, so he's gonna be able to prepare and place his army in the correct position here. I think he should be fine. Ready.
Though we are at that mid-game point. where Eruption can break down these rocks in a decent period of time, as opposed to the early game where he could not do that. And he's sending a few charge lots across to attack that vulnerable third base. There are a few Marines that are going to go back to try and stop that. Here comes Eruption, and I don't think this army is going to do anything.
Oh, and we
Force fields go down. They actually hurt his own charge lots, actually, so
Yeah.
that's not a good set of force fields. He's actually using the Protoss' own force fields against him. A lot of these charge lots are going down. Probes being pulled off the line. A lot of them are going to go down. My god, we've just been seeing so many workers sent to their death this game. He's going to take out the sentries. He's going to take out the rest of the charge lots, and can he move forward? No, there's just too many charge lots continuing to warp in. There just seems to be a never-ending supply with this Swarm Toss build. Medivac does go down. He's going to push forward and try and attack back. But there is another reinforcement from Eruption.
Yeah, but Jedrix is going to go ahead and go for the secondary attack. Charge like in top on the bio army. He's trying to kite it.
He's kiting well. The charge lot's forced back, and Immortal got sniped down. But he's just waiting for more and more charge lots and sending them in to protect against the Stalkers. But all in all, good hold by Eruption. Eruption takes a good trade there. +1/+1 now finishing for Jedrix.
Yeah, I wish
+2 is nearly done for Eruption.
Yeah, I wish Jedrix actually attacked before, after the +1/1. I think that would have been a better move there.
Yeah, I'd say you're right. But a couple of Zealots being sent to the main base, but there is a turret there. Eruption is prepared. Eruption up like 30 supply now. There are 2 shield batteries at this third, but I think that this could be... Thing is, with this build, it seems so weak, and then it warps in like 10 charge lots, and suddenly it's okay. Really, it happens all the time. But a lot of these charge lots are going down now. See, he's warping in a bunch of charge lots, and that suddenly increases the power of his army a great deal. But right now, he's only warping in 5 charge lots, not that full 10. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Eruption's going to take this right now.
Yeah, he's up 78 to 23 army supply. He's up in upgrades. Yeah. He cleans up the charge lot at the dirt base with the War Prism. Just got the dirt base as well. I mean, Jedrix does have another base, so he's fine. But he doesn't have the army to defend against this.
Exactly. If he was like 30 army supply down, sure, but 50 army supply down is just too much, even with the sheer warp-in power of this force. He's going to continue to kite against these charge lots. He's got a Marauder heavy force at this point, and he's going to just knock them all down.
Yeah, and, I love these Widowmine additions. What, in charge lot or Swarm Toss armies, the charge lot is the bulk of your force, so those Widowmines really helps against that.
Definitely. More and more charge lots being warped in. Jedrix is trying desperately to hold on. And the army is getting very low for Eruption. He will take out that Warp Prism though, doesn't take out the Immortal, and he does retreat. But he's up 60 supply now. He's getting better and better with every trade that occurs. And he's just going to send out a fresh army.
Yeah, look at that reinforcement army there. Oof.
But that Warp Prism in a very ballsy position, and Eruption is going to punish that. Oh! And now there's no pressure on the other side of the map. Eruption looks like he's going to go for another attack. There's a bunch of probes just sort of sitting there at that 4th base, mourning their lost brother. And even now with a Liberator coming in a good position, Widowmines to burrow near it to prevent the blink forward. And I think this could be it. I think we are going to see a game number 3 in this series.
Yep.
Widowmines getting some good hits on the charge lots. Liberator goes down but gets some great trades. GG goes down. Eruption takes game number 2. Proving that if you're the one putting the pressure, you can take the game. He didn't allow Jedrix to expand willy-nilly as much as he wanted. Got some good pressure down from the early stages of the game. And we'll have to see how Jedrix wants to reply in game number 3.
Yeah, it's tied 1-1, so...
So we had Blue Shift, Port, and Kairos, so that means Kairos is our final map.
Alright, nice. Looks like we have a lot of games tonight with Kairos.
Yep, Kairos and Port have been picked every time this series, I think. Because they're kind of standard macro maps, no one really wants to veto them. Port and Kairos are actually very similar to each other. So let's bring these players in for the final game to determine who will advance and who will be forced down to the elimination match to fight once again for their survival in the Alpha X Contenders. Both sides would very much like to win right here, not have to worry about fighting against Lingboy or Swagger. Though I do favour either one of their chances. But
yeah,
there's no guarantees.
Yeah,
But Swagger took a game off Eruption.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Swagger is one of those players where it's kind of scary to play against because you can't really anticipate what he's gonna do. He's like SOS, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, I mean, no one would have predicted 3 of these in a row, would you? I'll be back in a second.
All right. Alright, let's go ahead and get Eruption in here. Invite to game.
Alright, I'm back. Just had to say goodbye to my nephew.
Alright.
So we shall not be disturbed. Again, at least. And here we go, game number 3 of this very hard-fought series so far.
It's going to be on, again, Cairo Junction LE. We'll see what is it going to about.
That's one thing I love about these long format tournaments, in that we get to see the best players of each group face off against each other later on.
Yeah.
It's a treat, and the anticipation just keeps building. Alright, in the top left, winning game number 1, losing game number 2, both of them very hard-fought matches. Can he take it this time? It is Jedrix.
And spawning at the bottom right, he is the Pink Terran. Pulled an impressive game out last game. Looking to advance to the round of 8. It is Eruption.
Now, what do you think? Go on.
Oh, I just want to say, Swagger in the chat saying, that new overlay just noticed me, fear me, fear me. That overlay is actually just something I just pulled off like last minute. It's not the official overlay, it's just one that I just kind of simply putting together because we don't have an official overlay yet. And yes, I noticed you. So yeah, go ahead, Sal.
I was just gonna say, it seemed that Eruption responded very well in game 2 to what Jedrix was doing. So what do you think Jedrix should do in game number 3? Do you think he just makes a couple of adjustments of his own, or switches it up?
You know, I'm not actually sure if Jedrix usually goes for a different build than the Swarm Toss. I mean, he's pretty solid with it. I would continue with it in my opinion.
Yeah, I think he pretty much always goes for this build,
yeah.
And is very good with it. I think he can make enough adjustments. Like, I think if he's fought against players like Future and won, I think that he can handle some weird type of aggression coming from Eruption. We'll have to see what both players do here, but I think Jedrix is going to stick with what he has got him this far.
I just think he just needed some shield batteries against that timing and push, and then also to get his double forges a bit quicker. I think he got it a bit late last game.
Yeah, I think he might have overreacted to that and thought it was a 3-Rex instead of a 2-Rex. Well, I guess sort of overreacted and underreacted at the same time, right? He didn't have shield batteries, didn't have as many units, but he also didn't have double forge. But he thought the forges were also late. So yeah, I think that really threw him off, that kind of weird build. But now it is going to be a 3-Rex coming out of Eruption this time around, which is a subtly different build to the previous one. If you're expecting a 2-Rex and it turns out to be a 3-Rex, you might just not make enough and get clobbered. This is a really good series play from Eruption, I think. Really mixing it up this time.
Yeah,
I
for
like
sure.
it. He's getting that fast engineering bay once again for the +1. and for the Oracle defense, if necessary. But Jetrix going for the Robo Twilight once again. He did go for a Twilight Council first, game 2, but he's going for his old style of the faster observers in game 3, so we will see this build coming a lot faster, which I believe is one of the reasons he lost game number 2, in that he wasn't really sure about exactly what was going to happen here. And he actually gets this Adept into the main, so we're going to see everything. SCVs are pulled to surround that Adept, very nice by Eruption. But even so, I believe Jetrix did see all 3 of those barracks. Yes, he did. He saw all 3 Rexes.
Yep.
So he knows.
Yeah, he knows it's coming.
He'll be fully prepared for this, I hope. If he is, it's not because of lack. If he isn't, it's not because of lack of scouting. It's his own fault.
Yeah.
Hitting that fast third gas, I think he's going to want to build a couple of sentries, because normally you don't... Oh wait, no, you do see this after Blink with him. How does he get so fast? Damn, I really need to up my game. I was like, okay, normally I'll take my gas in like another 5 seconds or so, because Blink hasn't quite started. I was like, Blink's already 15 seconds in. Damn it, Jet. How are you so good?
Alright, Reaper coming in. Gonna go ahead. Does not scout the third base, so at least knows that there is no quicker third base compared to the previous games where Jetrix would go for really quick timing on that third.
The Stalkers and Zealots starting to be warped in. He's starting to warp in gateway units. Now, he told me that the key against 3-Rax is to just constantly warp in units. You want to keep on warping in up to your 3 gates. Normally, you kind of want to play Protoss like Zerg with warp gates, in that you want to warp in as little as possible until you have all your gates up. Like until you have your 8 gates up, and then you start warping in constantly. But against the 3-Rax, that just does not work. Oh, he misplaces his Nexus, loses 100 minerals there. So he's going to want to take his forges a bit late, probably about 5:45, 6 minutes. And instead, just make sure he has as many units as possible to fend off this 3-Rax. Man, I'm really lucky that Jet's been teaching me, because I look like so smart right now. I can give the most detailed analysis possible. Stim and combat shields and +1 all going to finish all at once for Eruption, so it's going to be a big timing attack, but Blink will finish for Jetrix as well. He's getting a single... Oh no, he is getting Immortals against 3-Rax. Could have told me he'd changed his mind.
Oh, wow.
I've died so many times trying to pull off that defense without any Immortals, and now all of a sudden he's like, yeah, you build Immortals, man, it's fine. Damn it, Jet. This is your fault. I blame you. Alright, here we go, and he's actually got a pretty solid force now with these Immortals that apparently you actually do make. But will it be enough? The Stim's coming in, the Blinks are solid, but can he get back to his shield battery? He doesn't have shield batteries. But I think he's going to just defend against this.
Oh.
Yeah, he needs to blink back. He might need to pull a few probes. The Zealots come in, another Immortal finishes, and he will hold against this.
Oh wow, nice hold there. It looks scary
And
at it
now
for a
he's
second.
at 6 minutes. He throws down his fortress. Still salty about that Immortal thing. I'm gonna be nursing that for a while.
Next coaching session, you could bring that up to him.
Yeah, hey Jet, I've just got a couple of questions. You know how you said you can defend without Immortal? What the hell is this, man? Explain yourself. But no, I'm guessing we haven't had a coaching session in a bit, so he's probably just, changed his mind over the last couple of weeks or seen some Koreans doing it differently. But either way, it's good to know that I can rely on the Immortals to defend against this.
Yeah. Oh, this time, Jetrix does have a quicker double forge, so he's gonna keep up with the upgrade. And I love this, placing his 4th base so early, because he just defended against that huge army. He knows that Eruption won't attack in the next few couple minutes or so. So that's a pretty smart move.
Charge and 8 gates is a massive power spike for this build. So he can afford to defend his 4th base.
Yeah, 5 additional gates on the way here.
He's getting Gateway Explosion, he's gotten charge, so with a ton of charge odds, he can hold against this. Like, if Eruption's army looks so strong right now, but if it moves across the map, by the time it's there, Jet's gonna have like 12 to 16 more charge odds than he has now and just crush it. Like I said, Zerg. He just plays it like Zerg. If you just imagine Jetrix as a Zerg player, it all makes a lot more sense. It's definitely a very interesting style. Interesting enough, Jet is actually considering to make a couple more Immortals. I'm wondering, I guess it's because of the kind of Marauder heavy composition that Eruption went for in game 2, that he's doing this.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
think
point.
it might be a reaction. In all seriousness, I am going to ask Jet about that, because that's an interesting question that I've got. Why is he building the Immortals now? Is he building it because of what Eruption did in Game 2? I should ask him that. And he's getting those spotter pylons up across the map because he has fewer observers because he's been making Immortals, you see. So he needs those spotter pylons because he doesn't have a ring of observers around the map like he did in Game number 1.
Yeah, I love this. Although I think he should place a bit more to the, I guess, further ends, maybe to the south or to the north. But
Yeah,
I
the
think,
thing is, if there's only like one place you can go where you know the vision isn't, then you know that that's the only place they can attack from. Knowing where the army isn't is just as important as knowing where it is. So Jedrix will be fine if they come from that direction, especially given the positioning of his army. So Eruption looks like it wants to go in for an attack again, but both sides have 1-1 this time. I remember last time there was a big upgrade advantage for Eruption. This time that isn't there, but Eruption's actually moving around, and Jedrix is not prepared for this.
oh no!
This could do some serious damage. That Warp Prism is actually just going to get sniped right away. So he is coming in, but he needs to come in. Oh, look at that positioning from Eruption. This could be terrible for Jedrix.
Oh, that force fuse actually works against him a bit. But
Yeah, it does, and all of these Chardots are going to start going down. Eruption with a very decisive movement. Can he take it right here? Oh, I don't think he will, but a lot of these probes are in danger. He does retreat them around. Chardots are going to come in from the sides. And he just... Oh, and he gets that medivac too. Jedrix holds.
oh, we still gotta deal with it after their
Players
base.
are playing so well right now. 7 more SCVs going down. More units coming in from both sides. Warp-ins, move-outs, and but this... No, Jedrix has way too much. All these medivacs are going to go down. Eruption has to retreat. Jedrix is up 20 supply. He's got the better end of this, and he's making 2 Colossi. He's transitioning out.
It's looking good for Jedrix here.
Both sides going to have 2-2 for this counter-attack. Liberator gets sniped immediately.
Oh my god.
Jedrix has the Warp Prism. He's warping in straight in the face of Eruption. He's up 40 supply. Eruption is dying.
This might be it, guys.
I think so. He's down, just lost 20 SCVs. Even if this isn't the end, it's going to be very shortly. Jedrix is up 60 supply.
Oh, and the CC goes down. He sniped it at the last second. Oh man.
Yep, that's it. Jedrix is just going to charge on forward. This is the last stand of Eruption. He's even got Colossi on the way and a 5th base. Eruption just doesn't have the tools to do anything anymore.
Yeah. I mean, Warp Prism
Army
as
supplies
well.
are identical. But the worker supply is so big. And look at that warp in. That is so huge. He's going to attack from 2 sides. Attacking from the main, attacking from the natural. The Immortals coming in, attacking this almost entirely Marauder force. Widow mines do go down, but more and more SCVs are going down, and Jedrix has just crippled his opponent economically.
Yeah, he holds in the main base, but at what cost? I mean, he's...
It is 2 bases to 4, soon 2 bases
Yeah.
to 5. 4 more gates going down, Colossi being built, extended thermal lance on the way. 3-3 about to start. And I think Jedrix's next push will be the last one of this game. And I think Jedrix is going to advance out of this group in 1st place.
Looks very much so. I mean, if I was in Jedrix's shoes, I'll feel pretty good about my position right now. Just looking for the...
92 probes to 36 SCVs and 2 Colossi
Oh
against
my
a pure
God.
bio.
He might actually reach 100 probes again.
It's going to be 4 Colossi in a moment, but he doesn't even need them. He's just moving forward with Colossi and charge lots, and there's just nothing that Eruption can do. It's like, sure, I'll sacrifice a few charge lots. I'm about to have 4 Colossi. What are you going to do against that with no Vikings or Liberators? The answer is nothing. There is nothing that can be done.
Yep.
He's even going up to... He's even getting more and more Colossi. He's going up to 6 Colossi.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Crazy. Well, I mean, why not? If your opponent isn't countering them,
Exactly.
you may as well. And this is it. Jedrix is doubling the supply of Eruption. Jedrix is moving forward with the blinks. He's killing these medivacs one by one. GG!
GG.
Jedrix advances in 1st place. Out of this group.
Well, your early prediction was, I guess, correct, because Jedrix just playing on fire today.
Yeah, he really is. I was expecting Eruption to get out of the group first and Jetorix second, but Jetorix proves me wrong, getting out of there first. So, our next match will be Swagger versus Lingboy, and the winner of that will go up to face Eruption in the elimination match to see who advances and who does not.
I'm not gonna lie. I wish. My wish is that Swagheart wins, and then he'll go against Eruption again, and then he does the same three double Robo Bill. That would be hilarious.
It would be so funny. If he won with that, I would not be surprised if Eruption just quit StarCraft.
Alrighty, looks like while we wait for the players to get set up, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the bathroom for a sec. So just carry on.
You got it. Alright, so we do have our players that both of them are ready, though they do need a second. And they will do their vetoes. So while that is happening, once Snoopy returns, I shall use the bathroom myself. And then we shall get into the losers match. So Jetorix has successfully advanced. The loser of Swagheart and Lingboy will be eliminated. And then the winner of Eruption and the winner of this match will advance, while the loser will be eliminated as well. 2 more matches, 3 players whose fates will be decided. Everyone's played very well today, but only 2 can advance to the round of 8. Only 1 now.
All right, I am back.
Welcome back.
All right, are the players ready?
Swagheart is Lingboy, just needs a second. Apparently, StarCraft 2 did something.
Okay, no problem.
Oh no, that was Swagheart. I've told Lingboy, but he hasn't replied to me on Discord. I'm messaging him on StarCraft as well.
Oh, Starkiller is in the chat. Hey, welcome, buddy.
Hey, Starkiller. About to play as EVP. Lingboy versus Swagheart. That should be fun.
Also, thank you, Hope, for the follow. Also known as Praetorian.
Fun fact, we've actually held to our schedule of 45 minutes per match very, very well. so far. The next match is actually scheduled to start in about 2 minutes. It's not really a full schedule. I just tell the players to expect 45 minutes per match for when they have to arrive. For instance, if they're in match 2, then I tell them to arrive like half an hour after the first match starts, stuff like that. And we've been adhering very closely to that tonight, which is good.
Holy cow! Got so much Discord messages here.
But Lingboy is not currently here, so I'll be right back, and I will use the bathroom.
All right. All right. Let's see here. What's going on in the chat? Zeno says, I like having one. I feel safe, but really I'd rather have the vision from OBS or harass from prison. Okay, I guess that was his response to Swagger, who was saying, I think 2 Robo. Talking about 2 Robo. I feel like it could sometimes depend. I think 2 Robo, you can, if you're going with Disruptor, that'll help. You know, going for 2 Robos. If you're not really going for a Disruptor or maybe even Colossus, I think 1 Robo should do. Alright, let's go ahead and show up on the Wikipedia page to see what's up with the groups. Group B playing out currently live. As you can see, the 4 participants in the group. Jedrix does comes out first in the group. However, we still need to find out who will come out second. I think out of the 3, I think well, currently there's Swaghar, Lingboy, and Eruption. I think Eruption has been playing pretty well today, like pretty solid. But I think Swagger will kind of be an X factor because he wasn't definitely in good position to win that first series against Eruption. Lingboy, it's tough because Jedrix kind of won against him pretty convincingly. So I'm not sure if Lingboy is kind of like on his A game today, but we shall see. But just first glance, I would say either Eruption or Swaghar.
I am back.
All right, welcome back, Sal.
And yes, you do. Alright, so we've got our vetoes. So we vetoed Stasis, Parasite, Blue Shift, and Kairos. So we have Port, Cerulean, and Automation is our map pool. And let's put the server to Central US, because I don't know exactly where in the US these 2 are. So let's ask her, does anyone have a server preference within the US? If both people agree, we'll do that one, else Central.
Wait, is this for some reason? Wait, let me go.
They're
ahead.
both American.
Okay. I gotta check Nightbot again because the Starkiller says it's a mod only chat. but I don't think it's a mod only chat. I think. Yeah, Zukoti made some messages. Turkio as well. Okay, yeah, so it's not a mod only chat. Okay,
Well, not this.
I think
Really.
most of the mods. Okay, wait. Wait, let's see. Okay, what you said? Sorry.
I'm just saying we'll do Central because Lingboy is East US, while Swagho is West.
All right, cool.
So, Automaton first map. So Automaton's an interesting map because it's kind of overpowered for both races in PvZ. So, you've got that huge airspace, which tends to be good for Protoss, especially if Protoss wants to go double Stargate Phoenix, because that denies Mutalisks, which is the best way for Zerg to take advantage of that. So it's OP for Protoss. But on the other hand, it's also a big map with lots of open spaces, so it's totally OP for Zerg. So, it's a pretty great map, because it manages to be OP for both sides simultaneously, which is exactly how we have such great games in Brood War. Because everything is OP. Everything is unfair.
Soon you're gonna...
And it all kind of balance.
You're gonna turn into the balance whiner. Everything's OP, everything's OP.
Well, the thing is, you want local imbalance but global balance, right? Like, for instance, siege tanks. They're better at what they do than any other unit. But they're balanced within the context of Terran, in the total matchup. So you got moments where Terran is good at one thing and Protoss is good at another thing, and it all kind of balances out because both sides have their own strengths. Whereas if you had... That's why non-mirror matchups tend to be a bit more interesting than mirror matchups, in general.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've got that local imbalance. So yeah, global imbalance is what you don't want, namely when one side is just stronger than the other.
Yeah, for sure.
There's definitely moments in pretty much every non-mirror matchup where one side is a lot stronger than the other. For instance, Zerg is a lot stronger in the mid-game. Protoss just has to sort of sit back and defend. But within the context of the overall matchup, it's still fair. Because that's just how it is. Just like Protoss can send some attacks out early on, and unless Zerg is all-inning, they pretty much just have to sit there and take it and defend.
Yeah.
You got that back and forth going on.
Those are the best games where it's like really back and forth.
Exactly. And it's kind of built into the matchups. That each side has their own kind of spike of power. Alright. In the bottom left. Spawning is the yellow Protoss. Almost winning with 3 cheeses in a row. Will he try something similar this time? It is Swaghar.
And spawning at the right corner of the map, it is the purple Zerg player. Didn't have the best showing against Jetrix early on, but looking to kind of get momentum back on his side. It is Lingboy.
Considering Jetrix managed to advance, I can't really fault Lingboy for that one. Remember, you only have to be second best in the group on any particular day to get out, and Lingboy hasn't proven he's not yet. He hasn't fought Eruption yet. So, we do have a very fast pylon scout from Swaghar, but it is going to be a gateway and not a forge. So it looks like he's just going to try and see if he can deny that hatch, but there's no way you can do that on a map of automaton size. But he's going to see the gas and hatch timing. He's going to see everything he needs to see. Puts down the Bob Ross painting.
Oh,
as his
wow.
square. As he is wont to do.
Let me go ahead and try to get zoom in that. Oh damn, I can't get in
Bob.
camera.
Yeah, goes right on the edge. That's some very poor spray game right there, Swaghar. if you're watching this video, if you're watching this VOD in the future, place it somewhere we can zoom in on. God. GMs should be better than this.
I know, right?
Well, congratulations to Swaghar for his recent promotion to Grandmaster. He's only just gotten there. As of like an hour or so ago, I think. Well, a few hours ago now, because the tournament's been going on for a few hours. But yeah. Our newest GM.
Alright, looks like our newest GM. Gonna wait till that cybernetic core is done. Then we'll soon plot down the tech path that he will go for. Probably Stargate. That seems to be the more common one.
It is the way most people tend to go. But no, he's getting Warp Gate.
Oh.
Maybe we'll just go for a slightly later Stargate, but he is getting the Warp Gate first. No, Twilight Council goes down. So, I think we might see a DT-based Archon drop.
Either that or a charge lot all in here.
No, I think you... Do you build the... No, you build the Robo first with that, I think.
No, you
I can't remember.
No,
you build both at the same time, right?
No, you build the Twilight and then the Robo after. So...
Oh, yeah, yeah, but you build the Robo with the next 100 gas.
Yeah.
And he hasn't done that.
Oh, yeah, so...
I think it's going to be DTs.
Oh, there goes a Robo, but...
Oh, yeah. But are we going to see a Dark Shrine? That's the question. Because the Robo could easily be for a Warp Prism.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's going to be for a Warp Prism no matter what. The question is... No, he's getting charge. And he's taking things off gas. You were right.
Oh, wow. So he's going for it.
He's doing a little bit differently to most. He doesn't quite have enough gas. For any more... Oh, no. That's Kingslayer's version. Kingslayer gets an
I love
immortal
this.
with that.
He's faking out the third gas there. He knows the
only the third
Overlord's
one because he
there.
knows the Overlord is there.
Oh, man. Nice.
So now the real question is, are we going to see this 3 times in a row?
Oh my god.
That's what we're all thinking it.
That would be
We're all thinking it.
Yeah, that would be insane. Man, this actually knows... Okay, the second Overlord does come in. Will it go scout in time, though? That's the question. Starker's gonna...
Watching
barely
the
snipe
vision.
it.
He's going to see 1 or 2 gates.
Oh, he sees
He
the Warp
sees-
Prism.
Yeah, he sees the prison, but he only sees 2 gates. That doesn't mean much at all. That could mean anything. He doesn't know.
Yeah, I mean, he does have the Roach Warren on the way, but will he make roaches immediately, though? That's the question.
He will make roaches immediately.
Oh,
The thing
okay.
is, he's going up to 46 drones. He's preparing for an Archon drop, not a charge lot all in.
Well,
He's expecting this to be his regular pressure.
yeah.
And it's not. It is very irregular pressure indeed. Here it comes. Here come the charge lots, and oh man, Lingboy still has no idea. He's droned up so much. He's building spores instead of spines. He's gonna have a few roaches. But I just don't think that's gonna be enough.
Alright.
And here it comes, and oh no, and the heart sinks for Lingboy. As already a roach gets taken down. 6 more zealots moving in. The Queen's trying to attack the Warp Prism, but I don't think they're going to get it. And here come the Chardots, a solid wave of death, killing everything. And Lingboy has just been taken completely off guard by this. I don't see any way he's going to hold this. You need to be prepared for this before it hits you.
Yeah.
And he was not. Roach is getting surrounded and pounded and killed. Even as they try and pop out of the hatcheries. GG from Lingboy, and Swagger takes a very decisive fast game number 1.
Oh man, I love it. It's actually one of my favorite builds too. But adding that fake third gas, that was just brilliant.
Note to self: add fake third. That is very clever. I like that. Okay, so that means Lingboy's map pick.
Yeah. Alright, we'll see what map pick Lingboy chooses, but his tournament life is on the line. He's down 0-1, 1 loss away from actually being eliminated from the tournament.
Yes, he is. He doesn't want to go out 0-4, that's for sure. Not a player of Lingboy's caliber.
Xeno.
Port Alexander.
Oh, nice. Port. We've been playing on Port for multiple times tonight.
Yeah. What was Xeno saying?
Xeno saying, he says, oh, I need to work on my spray game. Don't we all?
That's right. You got to put it somewhere we can zoom in on. That's when you're being cast. You know, the tournament meta is a little different from the ladder meta.
Yeah.
You should study M. Canning. He's got a really good spray game.
Alright, are we making
Wait,
port?
I picked the wrong player. Hang on. No.
Alright. I'll just go ahead and join.
Where's the option? Just need to see. Sorry. Misclick. You're not up yet. Okay. So, Jedox versus Lingboy. Match history. Mark W6 game heart. And Jedox Terran, but I assume we'll change that. Wait. What? You're not Swagger. Jedox joined the lobby without an invitation, so I thought he just knew what he was doing.
Oh.
So I'm all disoriented right now.
It's fine. Swagger's in.
Okay.
Oh man, I like Swagger is always going to the chat saying how he lost after a win, trying to fake out the crowd, the audience.
I don't like that. I don't like it when people hop in and say anything before the match is over.
Yeah. There's a 2-minute delay on the stream, so
Yeah, that's the point. Like, I don't like
Yeah.
people to say anything until the 2 minutes are up. I always hate that as a viewer.
all right, here we go. Game number 2.
Sorry to Jedox interruption. I actually invited everyone else in the group before I invited the group. Well, I don't think I even invited Jedox. That's the thing. I don't know what happened there. Did you invite him?
Nope. I think he just joined himself.
Maybe. But he seemed confused. Maybe I invited him and didn't realize it. Must have misclicked. Alright. In the top left. He is 1 game up. Will he do the same all-in again? With 4 all-ins in a row so far. 1 game away from facing Eruption again. It is Swagger.
And spawning at the bottom right, we have our purple Zerg player looking to tie up. Send it to a third game. It is Lingboy.
The real question is, what happens if Swagger faces Eruption again?
Yeah, that's
Is this really all he's going to do for the whole thing? It might be.
Well, this game will
Okay,
be a
wait,
good indication for sure.
Yeah, if he does the same Judge Lord all-in 3 times in a row, that kind of means something.
Yeah.
I guess we know how he got to GM so fast, huh?
Ah,
He
yeah.
switched it up. Is he going to fake a cannon rush? No.
Nope.
Thought he might for a second there, with that probe sort of just hanging around there. Doing a bit of harass with his probe. Robot on robot action.
Another spray game here. Doesn't look like it so far.
Lingboy denies the spray so far. Nexus comes up. So we will be having a couple of minutes. So, what do you think the odds are that Swagger does the same build twice?
I mean, I guess on paper you would say 50-50, but with Swagger, I think maybe more like 80%, 75%.
Yeah, I was gonna say 70, so I'm pretty close to you. We both think he's probably gonna do it again.
Well, we'll see if he pulls the guys off gas. That'll be a pretty good indication as well.
Well, we'll probably have an indicator in about 20 seconds, because if he goes for a Twilight Council again, that's very likely that he's gonna do it.
Yeah, that's true. I'm actually
No, I think this is gonna be a Stargate. sure. Cold.
Oh, there we go. Changing it up.
I knew because Swagger was putting it right at the edge of his base where it's very easy to scout. He wouldn't do that with a Twilight Council.
Oh, that's okay. I see.
That would be a very bad idea.
Wait, wouldn't you want to tuck in your tech in like inside your base?
Well, with the Stargate, you see, you can actually get there a bit faster if you put it over there.
Ah, yeah. Okay, makes sense.
And it's not like it's really in danger of being sniped or anything. But you see, if you wanted to nice scouting, then yeah, you tuck it away.
All right, first.
But he doesn't really care if the Stargate gets scouted. Yeah, Adepts just scouting around, seeing what they can get done. There's going to be 2 Adepts now, so they might try and pick off a few drones. There's not that many Lings here, there's only 4 Lings, but there are some Queens.
And remember,
he's going to shade in.
Remember the game against Jetrix? He actually was dealing with the harass and forgot to make Spore Crawlers. That might happen the same, similar here.
Yeah, that's true. We do have an Oracle already on the way, and there aren't any Spores done. Lingboy might make the same mistake again. 2 drones down, 3. Could we get 4? No, not quite, but they... Oh, yeah, yes, we will see 4, even 5! Do I hear 6?
Nope.
Not quite.
Not quite.
5 drones for 2 Adepts, pretty good. And here comes the Adept. I mean, the Oracle. The Oracle's on the way.
Oh, no.
Gonna go to the main base. There's gonna be no Spores to defend.
Cover your eyes there, players.
You don't want to see this.
Oh, no.
Ooh, bit of a miscontrol there, but he's still going to get plenty of these drones. Oh, he's just going to sacrifice it for so many. GG, that's it. It's all over. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Lingboy is not in his best form today.
Yeah. Not how you want to go out in the series or in tournament either.
That was our fastest series on record.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to top that.
Oh, tell them, Teach, thank you for the follow. All right, guess we'll be heading into our last series of the Group B here. Quicker than we expected.
Yeah. Option. You're up. Swaghar will be your opponent in match 5, so we will see a rematch.
Yeah, this is gonna be probably the most fun series here because I want to see if his Swaghar goes for the same build order 3 times or consecutive times in a row. Well, tell him you could take a break if he needs it.
Alright, let's message Eruption on Discord.
Oh, someone's looking for the Matcherino. We don't have the Matcherino set yet for the Alpha X Contenders Cup, but we do have a Matcherino set up for the Alpha X, the Alpha Pro Series premiere that's happening tonight between Special and the Laser. I'm just gonna go ahead and post that once again. Let's see here.
I'll just be back in a minute while we wait for Eruption.
All right. Oh, I forgot to put the Matcherino here. So yeah, if you haven't done so, you can go ahead into that Matcherino link that I just posted in the Twitch chat. Although I guess you'll be seeing this like 2 minutes later because of the stream delay. But go there, you enter the coupon code Alpha Pro Series 46, and you can contribute 50 cents to the prize pool for free. Currently, we're at $113. Winner of the special versus a laser show match will go home with 80% of the prize pool. Runner up will, of course, go home with 20%. All right, so basically we're waiting on, I think, Swag. Oh, not Swagger. They're doing the map vetoes. Hey, we got a situation. Meet me in Discord. Okay, I'll meet him in Discord. Oh, okay.
And I'm back.
All right. Actually, yeah. So basically, Swagger brought something up in Discord. I will bring it up to you after the stream.
Okie dokie. Where in the Discord was it?
Huh?
Where in the Discord was it?
You just PM me something. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
PM you after the stream. Anyhow,
Yeah, sure.
looks like
Nothing
they're
that's
going.
going to affect today?
Yeah, nothing that will affect today. Or
Okay, cool.
yeah, possibly, maybe. We'll see.
Oh.
Oh, actually,
Well,
no.
it might
Yeah.
affect today. Should you tell me now?
Oh no, it's not gonna affect today. Actually, no.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So looks like we're having the map vetoes underway, right?
No, Eruption and Swagger are taking quick breaks.
Okay. All right.
So if you want to break, now's a good time.
It's fine. I'm just gonna look into
Alrighty.
Swagger's message.
Because we'll have one more series today, and then it will all be over for the day. Eruption versus Swagger, the same matches we had in the first one. I always love rematches. It's always interesting, especially given how the first series went.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah. I'm just like really looking forward to Swagger's. I mean, it could be any build. Double Robo, whether he wants to go for that or he wants to go for something crazy like I don't know, proxy disruptor thing or something. I don't know. Whatever build he goes for, I just want him to just do it over and over again and see if it actually works.
Well, we'll have to find out in a few short minutes.
All right, let's see what's going on in the chat. Oh, we're jumping back up again. Thank you guys for tuning in. We have 23 viewers so far. We've been going on for, let's see how long, 2 hours, almost 2 hours 45 minutes. So thanks for sticking in with us. We're about to head into our last series as soon as the players are ready. So hopefully it'll be a nice series to end the night on.
Yeah, we've had some pretty great games today. Jedrick's proving very strong. Lingboy not quite up to form, unfortunately. Eruption's shown us some great series so far. Both times, both series go into the third game. We'll see if this one goes the same. Eruption's got a long day of TVP.
Mm-hmm. All right, looks like actually I shouldn't have brought up that because now people are gonna wonder about the secret message.
Probably not.
All right, guys. While we wait for the players to get ready, just go ahead and type into the chat who you think is gonna come out of this series. Whether it's gonna be Eruption or Swaghar. I know Baxis was rooting for Eruption earlier, so I'm not sure if he's still here though. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's still here.
I think Eruption's definitely got the edge, especially that Swaghar's, one build that is shown so far has been revealed. But, Swaghar might surprise us.
Yeah, we'll see. Swagger is one of those players that have has a lot of build orders under his belt or under his sleeves, so he can pull out any type of build order anytime at any moment. And he's one of those players that mixes up like macro versus something cheesy. So I think those are kind of like usually those are the players that do best in tournaments like this, where they had like 2 weeks or so, maybe even more, to scout their opponents in the group.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you can scout them and then prepare for them and mix it up, I think that's nice. Even if you didn't scout them, mixing it up, with different types of builds and also cheeses and macro, just usually does well for players in tournaments like these. Alright, looks like Eruption is back.
Yep, and I have DM'd Swaghar as he requested. Eruption vetoing Stasis once again. Does not like Stasis in PvT. Vetoed it first both times. Vetoing is actually kind of interesting because people don't really put a lot of thought into it. When you think about it.
Yeah.
For instance, a lot of Terrans and a lot of Protosses both hate Stasis, right?
That's what I'm getting a feeling for, because I don't see a lot of people playing in Stasis
So why would you ever veto it first? Think about it. If you veto it second, your opponent might veto it for you.
Oh yeah, that's a good suggestion there.
A better first veto would have been Parasite for Eruption, because I know he likes to veto Parasite, and no Protoss is ever going to veto that, most likely. I guess Swaghar might, considering the cheese he likes to go for. But the point is, it's like how people think going first is an advantage in veto. It's not. Going second is what you want.
Yeah, that's true.
Because then you get to know what your opponent vetoes before you have to make your own choice. You have more information. So the maps you veto are important, but so is the order you veto them in.
Yeah, I think the art of vetoing is not to... I think to first veto maps that you think your opponent will like, rather than what you don't want to play on.
Exactly. Generally, it's like you have an order of them. You have like a map order that you want to play on from best to worst, and you don't want to veto the worst map first. You want to veto between like the two worst maps. You want to veto the map that you think your opponent is least likely to veto himself first,
Yeah, exactly.
because you want to give your opponent the most chance possible to cooperate with you without knowing.
I think maybe because Eruption, I haven't seen him playing a lot of different tournaments, at least not ours, or external tournaments. So maybe he doesn't have as much, tournament experience to know, that maybe. Oh, it looks like Landfair in the chat is rooting for Eruption, so we have some Eruption fans here. Anyone for Swagger? Come on.
Well, I know you're cheering for Swagger at the very least. There's that.
Well, I'm cheering for Swagger to, I mean, he definitely brings some very entertaining games. So as a, I think as a caster, that's something we would like. At least going forward as well in the round of 8.
Swagger said to DM him on Discord if he was taking too long, but I've done that and he has not replied. So I may need to put a 5-minute clock on him soon, because 15 minutes is how long someone has to arrive for a match. So I think more than a 15-minute break would pretty much indicate the same thing.
Maybe he's grabbing a bubble burger.
I have messaged him to give him 5 minutes.
Alright, cool. Sorry guys for the little bit of delay here. We should be back soon. I think this is probably the best time to go ahead and get your bathroom breaks, grab your drinks and food, as we are about to start pretty soon. I'm gonna go ahead and as soon as the players come back, we'll get started on the last series of the night, and then wrap things up. But in the meantime, guys, if you haven't yet, feel free to follow us on our Twitch page here. Go on the top right of the player, and then just click on the heart, and you shall follow. And you can even turn off notifications so that you don't get emails. But every follow helps the channel out. And then in the bottom, in the info section, there is the Twitter and YouTube links. You just click on the Twitter and YouTube images. That'll bring you to the web pages. Twitter will post our, I guess, updates and news as well. And then YouTube, it will definitely help if you subscribe, because once we get 100 subscribers, it unlocks the feature to get custom URL. So right now our YouTube URL is kind of like random. That was generated by YouTube, and then once we get 100, we can unlock it, and then we can change it to youtube.com/alphaxse2 and have it similar to the alphaxse2 name in Twitch. So it's like easier for people to find. So yeah, definitely help out with that if you can. Also, another reminder that there is there's an Alpha Pro Series premiere between Special and Laser tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That will be going on our Africa channel. Our Africa channel is the same name as our Twitch, which is AlphaXSE2. So you can search there and then find us. And or just go to Team Liquid. We should have the live stream posted there as well. Go into the Metro Reno page if you haven't yet, and then enter the coupon code Alpha X Pro Series. Oh wait, actually, yeah, I think just make sure the Metro Reno code is Alpha Pro Series 46 to add 50 cents for free to the prize pool and help out the players involved and playing, which will be pretty sweet.
Yeah, and we do have the vetoes that are going on. Parasite vetoed by Swagger, so it looks like he might want to go for some more cheese. Because Parasite is kind of the macro map which tends to favor Protoss because of that. Because of the long distance for rushing. That will be very interesting.
Yeah. Oh, looks like Xeno. We got Xeno, Swagger fan in Xeno in the chat. So Lanfear going for Eruption, Xeno going for Swagger.
It's now Eruption's pick. We shall see what he wants to do.
All right, just got a message from Nemesis saying she actually likes the out of game overlay here that I set up. I pretty much kind of made this like last minute because we didn't actually have a official Alpha X overlay for in-game and out of game. So just put this on. I think I just got like a base overlay, a simple one, and then I kind of use the background wallpaper type of image, and then use obs to insert the text. So I'm glad you like it, Nemesis. I'll help you make one tonight.
Cerulean Fall will be our first map in this map pool.
Alright, sweet. I think we only played on Cerulean like once tonight.
Yeah, and I think it was these players.
Yeah, it was a double proxy robo. I remember it. Oh boy. Oh hey, Cynical Death. Welcome to the stream. We're about to start our last series of the night of Group B, round of 16 of the Alpha X Contenders Cup, hosted by our very own Salvant here.
Yeah, it will be Eruption versus Swagger, a rematch from match number one, which was 2-1 in favor of Eruption, included 3 consecutive double robo all-ins, with some rather interesting defenses from Eruption that almost did not work. Okay, because remember, Swagger was very close to winning that game number 3. If he hadn't lost his Warp Wisdom, he probably would have taken that series.
Yeah, I think so too. Alright, players are ready.
Let's get it on. The final series of Group B. One of these players will be eliminated. The other one will advance to the round of 8. It all happens right now in Alpha X Contenders. Can't wait for this rematch.
Yeah, same here.
In the bottom left, losing narrowly in the winner's bracket, beating Swagger once. Can he do it again? It is Eruption.
And spawning at the top right. Oh wait, how come I can't move my mouse? What's going on here? Oh wait, I can't click on the minimap for some reason. Oh well, I'm just gonna scroll here. Slow scroll here. All right, here at the top right we have the yellow Protoss. It is Swagger.
Can you use camera hotkeys to focus on my camera?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Oh crap! What? It's not coming up. Oh, I'm not sure what's happening.
Control
here.
plus shift. Control plus shift plus O.
Okay. Yeah, it's not coming up for some reason. Huh.
Huh.
We might need to remake here. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Game paused.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I got it now. Yeah, I think you can continue. I just alt tab out, in and out, so fix
So you
that.
sure we're good?
Yep, we're good.
Game resumed.
All right, guys, we have a probe sent out here. And
We got two gases again.
Yeah, he's going for the same spot where he proxy Europa. I think he's going to do the same thing. Unless it's like he's going to switch it up to like proxy void rays, but I think it's just a proxy double robo.
Yeah, I think it is. We're seeing a fast factory on one base from eruption. He's ready.
Yep. He went
He's
for
like,
two
not
gas.
this time, fucko.
Oh man, he's prepared this time.
Oh yeah. He's not gonna get caught last. He's not gonna caught this out. Alright, if you're gonna do it twice, you're gonna do it through. If you're gonna do it 3 times, you're gonna do it 4 times. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, I don't even think there's a word for that. And fool me 4 times, I may as well just give up right now.
Oh man.
So I think he's gonna go for a fast cyclone or tank. I'm just not sure exactly which. Oh no, he's getting a starport to get a banshee, I think, and getting a widow mine as well as a very fast bunker. So yeah, he's ready. I don't think has he even scouted. No, he hasn't scouted at all. He's not scouted.
Yeah, he's like blind countering
doing
it.
this entirely blind.
Yeah, he knows.
This would be the perfect moment for eruption to just for Swagger to just do something else, but he's not. He's doing the same build.
Man, if Swagger can pull this off, despite eruption, like basically blind countering him, like that would be
There's
pretty
no way.
impressive.
There's just no way.
Oh, Cynical Death, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, man.
Banshee, Viking, a Banshee into Viking, and that'll just totally shut this whole thing down. I guess I'm guessing like until he can make stalkers out of his one gateway, and by then he'll have like more stuff.
Yeah, okay, looks like he's gonna switch out the factory with the barracks here.
Yeah,
Double.
I'm not sure what
immortal.
we'll see out of the factory.
Yep. Oh, the
Here come
probe.
the immortals.
Yeah, the probe is gonna initiate. Oh.
Ooh, good catch. And that warp that Widow Mine will go down. SCV is being pulled to repair. We'll send the immortal back, but here comes that Banshee.
Ah, yeah.
Can it actually kill an immortal before the warp prism gets to it? Ew, it's so close.
Oh.
Oh, doesn't get any closer than that. And the Widow Mine even coming in to deny this warp prism, or to try anyway. As an observer comes out. Banshee's. Oh, the Banshee's going across the map.
Yep.
A shield battery is being made, a second gateway being made from Swagger. But this is all going to slow down the immortals. The warp prism dies.
Wait. Oh,
The Widow Mine took
man.
it out. Widow Mine plus a couple of marine shots. Oh, this is
my God.
amazing for Eruption. Eruption has completely shut this down. And he's getting a Raven as well to take out the Observer. He's got the Banshee, which is cloaked. So all of this shield battery energy is going to go down. He's forced a recall to recall the Observer. Oh my goodness. Swagger's trying to expand, but I think he's so dead.
Yeah.
It is only once. The second command center is still on the way for Eruption, though it is very ahead of Swagger. So I guess Swagger could try and expand out of this, but the army supply is just very heavily in favor of Eruption as well. This Banshee doing a lot of damage, really keeping his opponent busy. We've got the Raven. I think we're gonna get like a tank or two, and he's just gonna go and attack, and just use the Raven to shut down one or two of those Immortals, and then just try and kill them off one base. There's more observers coming out of these robos, but I don't know if they're even going to finish. I guess they will finish in time, but ooh, actually, no, with these Marines, no, they do not finish in time. Those robos are shut down. There'll be no more production from them.
Oh, this
And
adept
the
is lucky.
Just ignore me, guys. Just pass them through. Let's put on a fake mustache. Please ignore the fact that I'm 8 feet tall.
Oh, this actually can't forces Swagger to cancel his Nexus here. Oh no.
Yeah, he's gonna have to back up the ramp, but he's only got a couple of Immortals and a shield battery. And I think there's enough for an interference matrix. There is. So you go for anti-armor missile or interference matrix. He goes for the interference. Immortal goes up. Even has enough for an auto turret as well. And Eruption just like, no, you do not get to do this 4 times. Do something else or die. Immortal taking a ton of damage from this, from both the Marines and in the sky. Swagger is actually going to hold this, but he's going to take a ton of damage. He's going to lose this Immortal. And
oh, actually,
there's no observer here.
No observer.
He cracked the code. GG. So Swagger is going to have to do something else if he wants to win this.
Or does he? You can mind game it again.
Oh, wow. And remember, Eruption did all of this blindly. He knew. He was like, there's no way. You're definitely doing the same build again. And Swagger says, I won't do it again. Now remember, last time he said something like that, he was telling the truth. He said he was going to do it again in Game 3. And then he did.
Well, the next map is Port Alexander. So I think he did the same build in the first series on Port Alexander, if I'm not mistaken.
He did the same build in every map.
I mean.
So yes, he did.
Yeah, the same map, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, he did. So we'll have to see if he wants to do the same thing here.
Xenodac though posting the RIP tombstone for each unit in the War Prism. Oh man.
Alright. Game 1 won very decisively by Eruption. Pretty much as decisively as a game of StarCraft can be won.
Yeah, but that was
So now we shall
that was off a blind counter, so I think if Swagger keeps to his word and goes for a different build and plays out maybe a more macro standard or oriented game, I think he has a pretty good chance.
Alright, and we are starting. So yeah, we'll just have to see what Swagger's macro is like, because we haven't seen this yet. I mean, I guess we saw, in PvZ, we saw an Oracle and a couple of Adepts kill Lingboy. But even then we didn't see a real macro game. We have not seen a macro game from Swagger at all yet. We've seen 6 games from him and not one of them has gone past, like, 2 bases.
Yeah.
So I'll be interested to see what Swagger does now. In the upper left, cracking the Protoss code. 1 game away from advancing. It is Eruption.
And spawning at the bottom right. Looking to maybe change up his build. It is the yellow Protoss. It is Swagger.
So what we're all looking for is to see if Swagger is going to take that second gas. Eruption is... It looks like he's SCV scouting, but I don't think he's scouting. Oh no, he's going for a proxy of his own.
Ah.
Eruption is like, I'm going to give you a taste of my own medicine. Swagger sending out a scout. Looks to be a standard timing so far, but he's going for the second gas. I think he's going for it. He's tossing down the Bob Ross. He's going for the second gas. Oh my, is he really going to do it again?
Well, this time at least he put on the spray in a better position here.
Yeah, it's a good place to zoom in.
Also, we're going to have a proxy versus proxy.
Yeah, he's sending out the first SCV to scout to both sell it, and I think he's going to abandon his proxy when he sees that Eruption's proxying. He's making a cybernetics core. Is he going to throw down the proxy pylon or not? Yes, he is. This game's going to get crazy.
Yep.
And remember, Swaghole is the only one with the information now. Well, I think Eruption knows. I think he knows somehow.
Maybe.
And generally, a Terran proxy beats a Protoss proxy because the Terran proxy hits harder and faster. Well, not necessarily harder, but faster.
Yeah, but I think it's easier for Swagger because he did not go for an expo here, so he went for straight 2 gas. So he's gonna be able to deal with this better.
Did.
Yeah.
They both went for that. And we have a proxy Stargate from Swagger. He was telling the truth. He's not going for the same build again.
He kept to his word.
And we're gonna have no units at home for Eruption at all. But the Reaper is getting some damage done. A Stalker will deny that. And we have a Marauder with concussive shells. And I imagine we're probably going to see Cyclones coming out of Eruption. I wouldn't be surprised if that was what we saw.
Oh.
Tech Lab on the way, yep. And a Starport also proxied. Everything's being proxied today. We're pretty much just going to see everything die everywhere.
And
all at the same time.
Swagger actually blocked the ramp of Eruption, so he's got a weird supply depot placement where a Depth Blader can later... Oh, actually, this Stalker is going to get caught by this Marauder.
The concussive shells are not yet done! And he's building 2 shield batteries, and he's got a second Stalker. So he's going to be alright for now. More Marauders, Cyclone on the way. Oracle, is it going to go for the main, or is it going to go back home? It should go for the main. There is nothing there to defend it at all. No turret, no units, nothing. This Oracle's going to get tremendous damage done. And Eruption's like, oh, God. Why, Swagger? Why is Swagger Swagger?
Oh, but
no mining.
He does pick off 1 Stalker, so that should definitely help, but there are still 2 shield batteries.
2 Marauders and a Reaper. Oh, will he get it? He's going to take out this first Reaper. He's going to surround the second one.
Oh, wow.
He's going to surround the Marauder. But here comes the Cyclone. Bang, bang, bang. Does get denied temporarily. So far, both sides actually playing out pretty evenly. Here comes the Liberator, though. Oh my god, this game is nuts.
Oh my god, and the second Oracle comes in for some additional SCV kills.
It's just doing so much damage at this point.
Yeah, so much worker harass.
And here comes the Liberator. And it's gonna do us as well. And if these Stalkers go back to deal with it, then the Cyclone and Marauder are gonna try and push up the ramp. Viking on the way for Eruption to try and protect himself. But okay, Eruption's lost 11 probes, SCVs. Swagger has taken a decisive move in this game. Eruption needs to push through. But there's no mining for Swagger either. Because of that. A Liberator. Stalker goes down to the Widow Mine. More Marauders coming on in. Can they kill it? They do! The shield batteries are out of energy and the Marauder survives! Oh no, it does go down. Here comes the Marauder, but the probes are going to do their thing. But there is, again, no mining for Swagger. But he's kept his probes alive. If he can hold this, if he can survive, he'll be okay. But
he needs to
this
keep that Stalker
can't get in on...
That's
the Stalker can't get in on the Liberator. It needs to go all the way to the other side. This is taking forever. Here comes the Phoenix to kill the Liberator. Whereas the Viking is here to kill the Oracles. What is this game? I don't even know.
Oh, and the Viking does not get the last Oracle. I mean, the other Oracle with the low life.
But here comes the Marine, the Marauder, and the Widow Mine. 1 of each unit.
Oh, nice Widow Mine micro.
Yeah, he lifts it up to prevent it from probing on the probe.
So much micro happening on both sides.
Oh my goodness. Well, they don't have any money. They can't do anything else. Oracle goes down. 2 Stalkers being warped in for Swagger. Eruption is caught up in the worker count. And Swagger will hold this.
And worker count is 18 all.
I think Swagger has the edge. I think Eruption has the edge. And there's no more Oracles, so that this Cloaked Banshee could be devastating.
Oh yeah, but it is going to get scouted by the Phoenix.
Yes,
so,
it is.
Yeah,
he sees the cloak.
Yep.
That should make him build a 3rd Oracle. Because I think the Viking's gone too.
Yep, the Viking was sniped down.
They've both lost just about everything. 2 more barracks coming up from Eruption. Well, Swagger wanted to give us a show, and he sure as hell has.
Yeah.
Well, I like this Widow Mine actually at the tech lab, in case someone tries to like dive on it or something.
Oh,
and
it
kaboom!
does.
Stalker goes down. Tries to retreat, will get sniped down, but a Widow Mine for Stalker is not a terrible choice. And another second Widow Mine burrows.
Oh, that's gonna buy enough time for the cloak to finish.
Yes, it will. And one Banshee is already there, hiding in the airspace. Oh, will Cloak finish, actually?
It's gonna be close.
No, it's not going to finish.
Oh, wow.
He's going to deny it. Cloak is denied.
That is big.
That is huge. These 2 Banshees can still get a lot of damage done in the time they are allowed because the shield battery will do nothing. And the Phoenix don't kill Banshees that fast. So, oh no, he's sending them in one at a time. That's not good at all. The shield battery will deny that. But Eruption has the economic lead as well. 23 SCVs to 20 probes. Neither side expanding yet. Second command center on the way for Eruptions. That means Swaghar wants to get some attacking done with these Stalkers. He needs to get some heavy damage done.
Actually,
And I think
yeah.
he just might... There's nothing at home.
There's 1 Banshee and 1 Marine.
Yeah. And the Banshee doesn't even have Cloak.
And the Phoenix is coming to... Yeah, I think Swagger might... I mean, with some micro...
Yeah, I think he's going to get a ton of damage done or just outright kill Eruption.
Yeah, there's no cloak, so Banshee's gonna die. I think Swagger might have
Can't
this.
do the job. The Stalkers are just too much. Swagger is pushing forward. Stim is approximately eternity away from being finished.
Yeah, Marines
And he
on
can
the
just
way.
snipe it so easily. There's just no way. Swagger's got it.
Yeah,
He's taking it number 2.
he's picking up these Marines, SCVs trying to be pulled, but with some kiting, there's just no way.
And
Oh,
he saves
even
his Stalker
saves
with a
it.
Graviton
Oh, wow.
Pulse, Graviton Beam. Yeah, Eruption's all out of units, all out of workers. Swaghar will take game number 2 and move on to the very final game of Group B of Psyx Contenders. GG!
GG.
Swaghar, what are we gonna do with you?
Yep, and also Swagger, guys, he just gifted you guys a present, a belated Christmas present, because now we get to see, or get to hear rather, Salvan's epic in player introduction.
Alright, I can do that.
Yep, you can get your voice ready.
What's our final map? We have Cerulean, Port, and Kairos. So Kairos Junction, our final map. We've had some pretty crazy games today.
Yeah,
Mostly from Swagger. But Shadow X provides some interesting PvZ and PvT as well.
for sure.
We can clearly see these players have some very distinct styles between them, which is always interesting.
Zeno in the chat says, "Oh look, Mavi versus SOS." Yeah, that looks very much like a Maru versus SOS game.
Oh man, we are truly in for a treat today. Swagger is ready to go.
All right, Kairos Junction LE.
Yeah, still showing as pending. There we go. Eruption ready.
It's all coming down to this last game, guys.
Yeah. The winner of this game moves on to the round of 8. The loser is eliminated despite all their valiant efforts. Both sides played 2 matches today. This is their 3rd one, but it all comes down to this.
Yep,
The
here
final
we go.
best of 3, the final game. Players will load in, and here we go. In the upper left, the shield of the Kapulu sector, hoping to fend off the dirty Protoss. It is Eruption! And in the bottom right, the the Sword of Ire, the Spirit of SOS. It is the Yellow Protoss. It is Swagger.
Nice.
And I can't wait to see what these players have in store for us today.
Yeah, Will.
Especially Swagger.
Yeah. Like you were about
Well,
to say.
Eruption showed some pretty crazy stuff in game number 2, actually. But he did end up losing, so I think he's just going to go for the same very defensive posture once again. He can't rely on blindly countering the Robo anymore, because it could be the Stargate. In fact, if he's been paying very close attention, he might know this is a Stargate, because I think this is going to be a proxy Stargate again. Because Swagger has not lied yet. And he said he wasn't going to do it again.
Yeah, he's a man of his word.
So far. Maybe many wouldn't do it again, so I wouldn't do it again this game. Who knows? But he's getting the double gas. But he's not proxying.
Oh.
Could it be
Oh,
that his...
he does cancel the second gas, so he just
Could
scouts
it be that his final greatest play of all is when is to actually take an expansion?
Yeah, it looks like he got a probe at the natural. Yep, he goes.
He's taking
it down.
What I would like to see is a 3-gate sort of attack off this 2 base. You can actually do that. You only get a few probes on that second base, and you go for 3-gate Stalker with a Warp Prism. So it looks like an ordinary build, just with a faster second and third gas gate, and then suddenly you show up with like 9 Stalkers with Warp Prism. That seems like it would be Swagger's style. Eruption is far from out of the woods yet. And remember, Swagger could have seen some of Eruption's games against Jeterix, but Eruption has no idea how Swagger plays macro, because he hasn't.
Oh, actually, this Reaper just bypasses the probe, so a little bit of a mistake there by Eruption, going to allow Swagger to go ahead and let that probe stay alive.
Eruption choosing to play his tried and true 2 racks fast spin. Oh, we do see a Twilight Council coming out from Swagger as he actually loses a probe to that Reaper. We're going for a second one. Will not get it. Couple of probes very low, but oh, that Reaper just barely avoids death.
Oh.
So yeah, we're gonna see the fastest.
That we all felt that.
Could have been worse, Swagger. Could have been worse. You could have lost another probe. +1 on the way. Stim will be done as soon as this tech will be started. As soon as this tech lab is finished, I imagine. And we're probably going to see a few Marauders this time around because it's not a proxy double Robo. And we will have to see how Eruption plays this one out.
Yeah.
I think in a macro game, Eruption probably does have the advantage. I think there's a reason Swagger didn't want to do this. So it's going to be just Blink Stalkers from Swagger.
He might go for the same Swarm Toss style that Jetrix went for too.
He could. He very well could. It's reasonable. It's pretty popular these days. Let's just remember that the one time that Jetrix did that with a with Blink first, and he didn't scout this build from Eruption, and he lost.
Yeah, that's true. He didn't have a shield back. Oh, actually, that Reaper might just. Oh, I think he just. Yeah, he's gonna die.
Yeah, it's not going to scout anything. But yeah, the thing is that he didn't have an observer, so he didn't know what was going on with Eruption's base. And he got caught with his pants down by this attack, and he barely survived it, but he lost a lot in the meantime. And then Eruption used that to take control of the game. And Jeterix's PvT is probably a lot better than Swagger's. Like, Swagger's good, but Jeterix's PvT is, like, really strong. So, I think Eruption has a big advantage in this game all of a sudden. Blink pressure is going to go down from Swagger. Eruption playing very well, putting that injured Marine into the bunker. Denying even the smallest amounts of free damage from Swagger. As the factory nearly finished for Eruption. He's trying to get some damage done, but will lose one Marine, but take a lot of damage on a couple of those Stalkers.
Yeah,
Third base on the way.
He's gotta wait for Stim and those Metavacs to pop out before moving out here.
And he's taking 2 gases at his natural, so I don't think he is going to go for Swarm Toss.
By the way, Dust in the chat says he 10 out of 10 would listen to your player introduction again.
Thank you very much. Oh, the bunker goes down, actually. Doesn't lose any stalkers for it, but gets them very, very low. And double forge on the way, so maybe this is the 4-gas style of Swarm Toss that we've seen some of the Koreans do recently. They get more stalkers, more sentries off this. Ooh, one stalker immediately goes down. They are too low to really be playing with fire anymore. But we have double forge. We've got more gates. Going up to 8 gates, so I think we may see... I don't know if we'll see a Swarm Toss style, but it looks like we're going to see that at least for now.
I think it'll
imagine...
Yeah, I think it'll be a Swarm Toss, but less aggressive expanding compared to Jetrix.
Yeah, quite possibly just a Swarm Toss mid-game into a transition, into like High Templars or something.
Yeah, that's possible, yeah.
That would make sense to me. But Eruption already has a big supply lead. You can see Jetrix's macro is a little bit better than Swaggar's is. Swaggar had a lot more, Jetrix had a lot more probes at this stage in the game. So already Eruption kind of just macroing up and starting to put some pressure on. He's got Stim, he's got +1. And I think he's going to go out and try and get some damage done. Or he's just going to defend against this third base, which is still like a minute or so away from finishing. A couple of shield batteries going down for Swaggar, preparing to be attacked. But Eruption has nearly as many workers. Oh, he's bringing in the siege tanks, he's going to go for it. But charge will be done. Blink and charge, and we will have these 8 gates. Remember, this is a power spike for Swaggar right now. I don't think this push is actually going to go all that well for Eruption if Swaggar defends it properly. Though he's supply blocked. Well, he will be supply blocked if he tries to warp in 8 cells at once. So actually, this could go very well for Eruption, especially if Swaggar doesn't see this.
Oh yeah, he doesn't want to let the Terran get, into position with the siege tanks.
Yeah, Swaggar's got no idea. This could be devastating, actually. He's gonna take. Oh, the Charge Lords are starting to go in, but takes some tough shots from the siege tanks. He's blinking on top of the siege tanks, but a lot of his units are gonna go down. He needs some good force fields, and he does not get them. But I think he actually will hold this, but he might. I don't think he's gonna take very good trades. And Eruption is continuing to press forward. Yeah, Swaggar is going to hold, but I think he's going to lose quite a few. He's probably going to lose both his sentries. No, and Eruption. Which, oh! So close.
5
Eruption
life.
saves that medivac with 1 shot remaining. But Eruption has a worker lead now. So Eruption's in a great economic position relative to, like, Jetrix would have had about 96 probes by now.
Yeah, that's interesting.
He's making 4 High Templars, so he's making some Archons. It looks like he wants to go for a secondary attack, but Archons aren't really all that good in PvT. So I don't know if I like this idea. He's even making a Colossus for Hallucination, which I think is pretty clever. Unless he wanted to make it as a Phoenix, but I don't think he did. He seemed to like immediately bring it as part of his army. I think this was part of his plan. So here we go. This is Swaggar's attack. Can he take it?
Oh, he's gotta be careful not to get sandwiched here.
He's actually got a lot of units. Okay, so the scan does reveal that the Colossus is a hallucination. As Storm starts.
Oh. Yeah,
There's only 3 bases for Swaggar as he recalls, so Eruption is getting further and further ahead as the game goes on. So 2-2 is on the way for Swaggar and not on the way for Eruption. So that is one advantage he has as Eruption makes 2 Liberators. But overall, I think we're going to see a much more standard PvT out of these guys.
Yeah, that's...
The tech coming up, the High Templars. And here come the Adepts, trying to get some harass done, and they will. Taking down a few workers. 3 workers go down. Will we see 5?
Yep.
Yes, we see 5 workers, which is pretty good from Swaggar for 3 Adepts at this stage of the game. And he will have a big upgrade lead at 2-2. Maybe he'll go for a maxed out 3-3 timing. And he's got his High Templar in the Warp Prism, so they can't be EMP'd, though there are no ghosts right now.
Yep, Storm is about to be finished.
Thing is that Swaggar needs a 4th base, like 2 minutes ago, or he needs to attack. I think he might be hitting a 2-2 timing.
Yeah, it's looking very much like it. Yeah, he's moving out right now.
Yeah, there is no there is no fourth base. Swagger wants to take this game right now, and there are no ghosts. There are only a couple of Vikings, only just now being made to counter Colossi, which aren't there. This could actually be a really strong attack, especially if he isn't aware of the storms. His army is all clumped up. If this War Prism gets on top of the army and storms it, this could be pretty massive.
Yeah, here we go.
He's going in. The storms, are they looking like they're going to be... Oh, that's a beautiful storm. They are money storms. And this third base is completely forfeit. The Liberator's getting slaughtered immediately.
Oh man, that last storm too. Got a big chunk of the Bio army here.
Eruption is forced to retreat from this. He will not lose this third base outright, but it will lose 7 probes, and the command center, the probes, the SCVs are still vulnerable. He lands the Vikings to do as much damage as he can, and Swagger backs away, but takes a very good trade. But he still needs that 4th base if he wants to compete with Eruption. He's making a second Robo and a Robotics Bay, but again, where's the 4th? And I'm kind of harping in on this, but it's very, very important that he has it.
Yeah. I mean,
Refinery actually burning down is going to repair that. Couple of storm drops.
Oh my god.
Oh, 9 SCVs 10 SCVs going down there. Well, that'll help a lot with the economic situation, as a 4th base is taken for Swagger. A very forward 4th base, a very open one. He looks like he wants to continue the aggression as he takes 3-3.
Yeah, I like this, because he's transitioning, I think, into Colossus. His robotics bay is about to be done, so being expanding forward, being in a position of aggressiveness, that should help him.
Yeah. He's making 2 Colossi. I was going to say that it could potentially be disruptors, but when you have this many upgrades, Colossi are better. So he's going to have Colossus and Storm. And a few Archons. I don't like that. I would like to see him have less Archons, but I guess he doesn't want to get EMP'd with the High Templars that are outside the War Prism, but there aren't any Ghosts, so I think he could afford to have a bunch more High Templar and a few less Archons, because I don't think the Archons are that great in this matchup. But he's coming in for another attack. He might want to wait for his Colossi, but I guess he just wants to continue to keep the pressure on.
Oh, he's got the tank on siege. This might be his chance, but I think, yeah, the scan does reveal the army. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, I think Swagger is just kind of posturing until his Colossi are ready. Just trying to take a little bit of damage where he can get it. Maybe get a couple of good storms off on the army as he retreats. But with 3-3 and 2 Colossi with extended thermal lance finishing about the same time, that's going to be his enemy, and maxing out, that's going to be his moment to strike. But Eruption is moving out. This is not what you want to do as Eruption right now, because this is the moment that Swagger can actually hit you and hurt you once these 2 Colossi are done. Swagger just needs to buy a little bit of time, maybe drop a storm or 2 on the army as it moves forward. That's exactly what he's going to do. Oh, but actually whiffs with those storms a little bit. There's a lot of tanks, a lot of Widow Mines. But here come the Colossi are done. The Colossi are ready.
Oh,
3-3 almost done. So close to being finished for this fight.
Oh man, the War Prism. Oh my god, that's so close. Gotta be careful, those are the High
It's done.
Templars.
3-3 is finished, and I think this is Swagger's moment to strike. He's moving in, but actually that's not a good place to fight. These charge lots are not going to get any good hits. There's going to be a choke here. Eruption trying to push forward slowly and take out that very open 4th.
Oh, he's going for a flank.
Swagger's going to try for a flank indeed, and he's going to get one of these tanks immediately. 2 of them go down, and he's going to continue to move forward. The Widow Mines are all gone. The Swagger is continuing to stand forward. Beautiful storms there. Even more storms coming forward, and Eruption is forced to retreat. The Widow Mines are doing their hits, and does Eruption have enough? He's pushing forward. Can he get these Colossi? Oh, 1 Colossi goes down, but he's forced to retreat. Basically an even trade from both sides.
Yeah, pretty much.
But Eruption does have a slight advantage now because he has the economy. He's got 4 bases to 4 now. He's got more SCVs. And he's up 20 supply now. He's going to continue to build, continue to push forward. But he needs to deal with his Colossi as well.
Yeah, those Colossus is continuing to grow in numbers. The 4th and the 5th Colossus are on the way. But Eruption looking to attack before
Swagger's
then.
moving out. Both sides looking like they're moving out. Eruption, Swagger does not know that this position is already being entrenched north of his 3rd and 4th base.
Oh, I think he knows now.
He does, but can he do anything about it? This is such a strong position. Gets a Viking. This is just such a good position for Eruption. He's moving forward, he's got some good angles, but he doesn't have really anything to take out this Colossi. That's sort of the saving grace for Swagger right now, in that Eruption cannot push into him, because these Colossi will destroy everything. But Eruption is just continuing to take his economic lead, continuing to inch forward bit by bit with these Liberators.
Oh,
And this is the stuff of Protoss nightmares right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Losing more and more SCVs. He's just lost 9 SCVs to this. He's trying to move in. He's trying to take out these Liberators, but so many units are going to go down for this. The Storms and the Colossi, though, they do their job, but Eruption is up 35 supply now.
Swagger
He's
just
continuing.
taking unfavorable trades. I think he might just need to just let this base go here.
Well, the thing is, if he lets one base go, he's basically letting 2 bases go.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
But he's taking out the army piecemeal now. Oh, one of the tanks actually survives way too long. Swagger takes a good trade there, takes a little bit of his stuff back, getting more and more Storms. He can't turn those into Archons. He needs to keep them alive, but he does. He feels like he needs them. I don't think he does. I think he's okay without those Archons, and he wants those Storms for another wave. But he's in survival mode right now. And Eruption is backing away.
Oh, he's catching the siege tank on siege, and he's gonna
Yeah,
go for
that's
it.
really good for him. Swagger could clean this army up very well.
He's microing the Colossus.
Even this Colossus survives. So all of a sudden the supply has been evened up again.
Yeah, and all the medevacs are taken down.
This is his moment. This is Swagger's moment. He has to go right now. He's building 8 more Stalkers. This means he wants to attack. He's down 13 workers. He needs to get damage done, but this is his moment. I think he can do it.
Yep, this is the
Widowmines
moment.
go in, takes out a lot of Stalkers. There's still 4 Colossi with no real answer to them. There's 2 Vikings, that's it. 1 Viking, that's it. I think this base is going to go down, or at least be forced to lift.
Yeah, he smartly
He's going to have
lifts it off.
Storms, he's going to have Colossi, and there's no tech for Eruption to stop this. This CC is going to go down, it's taken apart. More Stalkers being created. There's naturally no planetary at that 4th base either. He's only got 1 mining base. The main and natural, they're all mined out. Both sides only on 4 bases, both sides on such low economies, which means that Swagger's lack of probes no longer matters.
So many
4
marauders.
Vikings on the way. It's basically just Marauder Viking Widow Mine at this point. 5 Colossi. 4 more Archons being created. Swagger loves his Archons. Another CC being created. Dodges the Widow Mine shot with a Stalker. And here they come. The Stalkers are taking out all of these Vikings. Swagger is moving forward. I think he's actually going to take this game.
Yeah, and with the War Prison, he can micro it. Vikings, there's just not
Yeah.
enough Vikings.
The supplies are still somehow hovering at even. I don't know how Eruption's doing this, but more and more units are coming in.
And GG.
It's all over.
Swagger
Swagger
does it.
takes game number 3 and takes the series.
And he gets his revenge.
The cheesiest thing a cheesy player can do is play macro snooping.
I know, right? What a series indeed.
I love this tournament so much.
Yeah, we've been having some great games throughout, both in Group A and Group B, so... Man.
And both our Protosses actually advanced today. Fun fact, they were also the 2 lower seeds. I did mention to you earlier, the seeds in the top 12 or so mean nothing. Because they're all within a couple hundred MMR of each other.
Yeah.
Swagger proving that. The 9th seed and the 13th seed coming out triumphant.
I think that's what partly makes the tournament really nice, because all the players are kind of closely... kind of close in terms of MMR.
There's really only a handful of players in like the bottom seeds that really are like low masters and are pretty unlikely to actually take the groups, but literally, other than that, it's literally anyone's game. Wow, that was fantastic.
Yeah. And Swagger gets his revenge for the first series against Eruption and will head into the round of 8.
We had a lot of 2-1s today.
Yeah.
In fact, all of Eruption's matches at series were 2-1. He beat Swagger 2-1, lost to Jet 2-1, and then lost to Swagger 2-1. The other two were actually 2-0s.
No
But
complaints there though.
we've had some crazy games today. Oh man, the cheese, the swarm toss, the
double
regular
robos.
game, and some just strong PVZs with a wide variety of styles there too.
Yeah, for sure. Alrighty.
And so, if you're not exhausted from that, our next event is in 80 minutes or so. It will be on the Afrika stream, and it will be Special versus Elaser, an Alpha Pro Series premiere, and I will be helping to cast that one as well.
Yeah, so make sure you guys tune in for that. And
Yeah, if you want a high-level TVZ, we haven't seen any TVZs today, but we will see Special versus Elaser, which is, wow, I mean, those are two of the best foreigners there are. That's going to be pretty crazy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Best of 9 for, I believe, $100 prize pool, split, I think, 70-30.
80-20.
80-20, there you go. Both sides really going to want to win.
And yeah, so basically tune in for that. And just a reminder, guys, Group C will be next week on January 5th, same time at 4 p.m. Eastern time, which is I think 10 p.m. Central time. So make sure to tune in for that as well.
Yep, it will feature Sunifone, the Zerg from China, Barbarossa, the Zerg from France, Caspada, the Zerg from America, and Mandalino, the Swedish Terran, Protoss.
Yeah, so
several players that we know well, especially Barbarossa, very active in OSC tournaments and such. We'll have to see how he goes.
Yeah, good amount of EU players there too.
So if you are Zerg fans and PvZ fans, do tune in. Those of you Terrans, I do offer my apologies, but there are at least Kuna to represent you in the round of 8, and you saw a lot of great PvTs today, so that'll have to tide you over for a few weeks until Kuna plays once more.
Yeah, I can't wait. Alrighty, I think that wraps it up, guys. Thank you guys for all tuning in. Even here at the, I guess, let's see how many, 3 hours and 40 minutes. So yeah, we've been streaming for a while. So thank you guys for still tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed all the games.
Take a while.
Yep. And thank you again, Salabas, for co-casting and also hosting this incredible tournament.
I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you
right.
for casting with me as well, Snoopy, and we shall see you guys next week.
Yep. See you guys later. From your favorite casting duo, we're signing out.